welcome on people. It's Harry from Hasbro TV back with TJ for this week.
Well,
It's just me and
well,
TJ. So, TJ, how you doing?
I'm good, my bro. How you been, man?
Yeah. Apart from the weather, Spurs been shit. I mean, I've been all right to be honest.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
have you got the lurgies like how I have, man? This undercover COVID 55, man. Like, that's,
Apparently, it's called the K flu or something. I was reading the K
bro,
flu.
I got caught. I got caught in a blast, bro. I've got it right now, man. My whole team,
Like right now,
my whole workforce, yeah, caught it at the same time, man. We got caught in a blast.
all at once.
Yeah, man. I'm still recovering.
Mate, it's bad. Like I said, one of my friends had it. He's got it. I think it's this K flu shit. That's what I think. But I don't know. I had a chest infection like a few weeks ago, but I was on antibiotics, sorry. And then after that I was all right. But then my other mate got like something like you, I think, really, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I got caught. That flu caught me, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm all right now. I'm doing much better.
Yeah, I think it's the K flu. But yeah, that's just a new one.
I'm just calling it COVID 55, man. We run out of numbers, bro. Nah.
What was the first one? Bro, what was the first one called? Was it 19?
19, 20, 21, bro. There's different variants, and then they started saying the variants was mutating into something different, bro. Like, come on, let's be real, man.
Yeah.
It's all COVID in my eyes. If you cough, it's COVID.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
But if you cough, it's COVID. That's how it goes.
But I thought I'd ask you anyway. I know because you went to the stadium to watch. What game was it? Hold on. What game did you go to? You paid £90 for
Fulham.
I want to ask you quickly, yeah, because have you been in the stadium before? I just want curious to see what you thought of it.
Well, okay, cool. Yeah, I've been in the new stadium maybe 10 times. 10 times. I think out 10 times, yeah. So it wasn't my first time. It's just my first time.
To me, as it's the first time you went in. That's why.
No. It wasn't my first time. It wasn't my first road. You know where I work, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know. So I didn't know you had access. Sorry, man. I thought it was like this guy.
No, it's not my first road. I'll be honest with you. No, for actual watching like Tottenham play in the actual stadium, I've actually seen Tottenham play in the stadium 4 times or 3 times, if I can remember correctly. Yeah.
Because you know what?
In terms of going,
you made it sound like you ever went. So that's the impression I
got. No. I've been in the stadium. I live right opposite it, man.
I know you live right. I know where you live. Yeah.
You know what? Like, but let me be honest with you. The reason why I don't really go much is because one, I work on the day, and another thing was I was kind of boycotting the stadium for Levy to go, innit? So so when Levy left, people like me and even Brian Daigle, he never wanted to jump into that stadium. Exactly. So like I started like going in minor, like, you know, for like other events as well. Like I went for the NFL.
You went? Oh, you've been to
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of NFL, but I play NFL on Xbox, man. That game slaps. It's not the same in the real life, innit? It's just it's just like 20 guys hugging each other. But on the game, yeah, man, that's a bad boy game, if you know about it.
No, I know what you're talking about. But obviously the last Premier League game was Forest away. I think we have to talk about it.
You know what? Can I ask you a question now? Like, what's your stance on Frank? In it, like, where do you sit in all of this drama that's been going on for the last 6 months,
every week,
however long? Yeah. So you know, what's your stance in it? Because I'm actually at this stage where I don't know how to defend Frank, but I can't say Frank out because, you know, I'm on the path where Yeah, I'll be so honest with you. I'm on the path where we like I said, he deserves to get sacked, and it's nothing to do with Ange. But you can only talk about Ange because he was the next appointment. You can only judge if it was a mistake or not, right?
Mm.
So we've sacked a manager that wasn't really good. Let's make that clear, for multiple reasons, right? But we could equally argue that he in terms of what he achieved at Tottenham, he did deserve a bit of time. Whether we all agree on that statement or not, that's like just winning a trophy. For me, I've said it many times. It gave him, it allowed him to obviously, give him a bit more time, right? Now we've brought in Frank in it. What's your stance on him now? Because I don't even know why. I can't even defend him. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Sometimes it's like, yeah, it's too soon. We need to give the guys time and all of this and all of that. But when you're not seeing any progress, and you know what, for me, my biggest thing is this, we can lose 22 matches, and let's be real, we can lose 22 matches. It's not about losing. For me, it's about trying. And this is where I differ with opinions to a lot of other people. Look, I know Tottenham is not at their final product. We are so bad. There's so many missing pieces. The players are not good. All of these factors, the actual club is in a rebuilding stage as well, because even from a hierarchy, we don't have Levy. There's so many things that are going on and it's changing, It's creating a disharmony within the actual Tottenham squad. And it starts from the top, in my opinion. But there's so much change going on in Tottenham and there's so many holes. But I need to see some sort of, I don't know, plan, execution, pattern of play. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I need to see something for me to hold on to it and be like, okay, if we give the boys time to work on this, then it can get better. And do you get where I'm coming from? See, I don't mind losing. We can lose, yeah? But I want to see my players try and give it their all. The difference with Ange Postecoglou, he stuck to his guns. Yes, we were awful defensively, right? But at least he tried. He tried to attack. He tried to get attacking returns, There was some sort of, I don't know, understanding through the players. The players clearly liked him. The players clearly liked the style, even though we were really poor with injuries and all of that. But my point is this: what is the stance on Frank? What are you saying, my bro?
Okay. So for me, I'm still sticking with him for loads of reasons. I mean, number one, you need to look at in the short term. We need to end the season because I don't see any managers really that will come now. Unless we get pay Poch out of his contract because everyone wants Poch back, which I still don't think is a solution, by the way. I'm more going towards Glasner if you're going to change it, because Glasner's out of contract next summer. So what I'm saying is next summer, you're going to have way more options anyway. So even if you stick with Frank for one season, I think you can still move for Poch in the summer or Glasner in the summer. I just don't see the point in sacking him right now because the options are not that great. I know people are saying Xavi, but is Xavi going to come to Tottenham in the middle of the season? I just don't see it. But for me, Frank in general, I think the problem is the players as well, because I look at our midfield, for example, TJ. Yeah, when I look back at say like Redknapp, Poch, even Martin Yol back in 2005, they all had a player that could control the game, sort of thing. So you had Michael Carrick under Martin Yol, and then Huddleston a bit later on. You had Modric under Redknapp.
I was going to say that's still not answering my question.
I'm going to get there.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Yeah, and then you had Poch, you had Dembele in it. So you have players that could allow you to play this attacking football that everyone seems to be obsessed with playing, right? Under Frank, right? We started with Bentancur and Paulinho, and everyone was like, we shouldn't play them together, blah blah blah, for whatever reasons you want to put, yeah. So what he did, he kind of gave into fan criticism, whatever you want to call it, yeah. And maybe it's partly
Yeah,
because Sarr came back from his injury and like maybe he likes Gray. I have to admit, that's one part of Frank I don't really like rate. He likes Gray, and I don't really like Gray. But anyway, but so he thinks what I'll do is I'll play one of the two. I'll use Bentancur as like a 6, which I think he's going to end up being anyway. And I'll play either like Sarr, Bergvall, or Gray, and obviously he's stuck with Gray in that midfield. Now the problem with doing that is you've got 3 young players I just listed there who are like I wouldn't consider them like ready. I mean, Sarr maybe is, but he's just not. Anyway, so Sarr and Bergvall are like runners or ball carriers, and Bergvall's like a playmaker. Sorry, Gray's like a playmaker type. But none of them are like really senior players, I don't think. Like Bergvall definitely isn't, Gray definitely isn't. So you're kind of playing a youngster in midfield now with either Bentancur or Paulina, and then it's kind of what happens with that mistake with the goal, with the Forest goal.
But the thing is, you're still missing the point. 0.0 XG is not good enough, my friend. And no matter if you don't think Gray is the player or Bergvall's the player or whoever is in the midfield, Bentancur, Paulina, we're simply not creating chances. Let's keep the buck right.
It's not surprising because Xavi's just came into the league. Like, I'm not expecting him to
It's not surprising. I disagree with that. The reason why I disagree with my logic, this is my logic. This is where I see things differently. I judge our appointments based on our previous managers, right? And with our previous manager, we were getting the attack and return. With a lesser team.
Who did he have?
With a lesser team, right?
But who did he have?
Team.
No. It's not complete.
Who did Ange actually have? No, wait. Who did Ange actually have?
Yeah,
for how long? For how long? Last year, can't you remember last year? We were injured. We had so many injuries from January.
But he had at the beginning when Ange was at the beginning and we won 10 games, whatever was it we had unbeaten.
That's the first season. That's the first season, right?
Madison. And he had Son.
Okay, okay, cool. If you're basing it on the first season, cool, fair enough. I agree. If you're basing your argument that Ange had a better team, a better team, can we say a better team? Yeah, cool. We can.
Like, I don't know.
Well, if you're basing Ange's first season, okay, if you're basing Ange's first season to Frank's first season, let's keep the buck then. Cool.
Yeah.
So. We bought in Xavi Simons. We bought in Kudos. From Ange's first season, the players that are missing are obviously Son. Son's not there. We didn't have Kane. Kane left before that.
Kane was before Ange anyway. Don't worry, he's not even in the conversation. Me anyway. He's not.
Who else? Who else did we have under the first season?
Kulusevski, Madison was fit, right?
Madison. Yeah. Cool.
And you know how many goals and assists they got altogether? Those 3.
And the rest of the the same team, and the rest of the team that we have right now, right? Yeah.
Let me just think. Lanky's out. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. No, we need to we need to think of it logically. From so if it was just only Kulusevski,
same back 5.
Yeah, but if it was only Kulusevski and Madison that are missing, we brought in, which I thought was a poor signing personally, Xavi Simons. I was telling everybody about that. Let me make it clear.
We're in the same camp there.
Yeah, Xavi Simons, yeah. We brought in Xavi Simons and we brought in Kudos. So realistically,
one player.
Realistically, we're missing Kulusevski and Madison. We brought in technically in a kind of way, they're replacements, right? Do you get where I'm coming from in a kind of way? Because obviously Kudos is more of a winger, Madison is more of an attacking midfielder, but we did bring in Xavi Simons, and let's not make it clear we brought in Tel. So technically we brought in Tel, technically we brought in Tel, Kudos, and what is it called? Xavi Simons. Is there any other player? And Kolo Muani. And Kolo Muani, my friend. Yes, but we brought them in. Yes,
Yeah,
and you're comparing 2 players to 4.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
what
you
I'm
are.
saying is,
And logic tells you. I just broke it down. I actually broke it down. In fact, let me talk here. Hold on. You were saying the first season of Ange, yeah. He had Kulusevski. The only players that are missing from this current team is Kulusevski and Maddison, right? Is there anybody else?
Way better Son than what we got on the left. We got nothing on the left. We literally have nothing on the left.
And Son, cool. We will give you Son, yeah. Son is our bagsman, yeah.
Like Poch, I'm saying the Son of like the last season, the first season under Ange, because he was actually scoring. To be fair to him, like he was actually getting goals. Yeah.
And Son, cool. Yeah, that's 3 players we're missing: Kulusevski, Maddison, and obviously there's no Son now, right?
There's no left. We got no left winger basically.
Gabby Simmons, Kudos, Kolo Muani, Tell. Is Odibor a part of this?
No, because he was signed before in it. Remember, he was signed under Ange. Remember?
I'm missing 1 player. I know I am.
Who? What that we signed?
It's not just we didn't just sign 4 players.
Who else did we sign? I'm trying to think.
Kudos, Kolo Muani,
Paulinho,
Simmons, Paulinho. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's 5 players. So with your logic that you're saying, are we going to count Son? Because he has, cool. 3 players on 5 players. It's logically not making sense, my friend.
It does make
Frank
sense.
Frank has a better team. Frank has a better team. Cool, let's stay the same. Frank has been backed. Frank has been backed. Frank has been backed the best out of all of the managers.
I got a different opinion on this.
No, but am I not speaking facts though? Again, if you look at our last 5 managers, Frank has been backed the best out of all 5.
I don't know. Maybe it depends how you
go through managers, my friend. You can only argue this point with logic, based on how many. Like, okay, so if you talk about Ange is signing 2 a day.
I have to find the list because I can't remember. He signed a lot of players. Remember? Hold on, Spurs signings.
Just go on the Ange. Who did Ange sign? And we compare and contrast. And then we compare and contrast with Conte, and we compare and contrast with Mourinho,
Johnson,
and we compare
Johnson, 50 million,
yeah.
Maddison 40, Van de Ven 43.
Madison was under Ange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kulusevski was
Johnson, Madison.
Kulusevski was under Ange because he signed permanently. You remember? He signed permanently.
Yeah, no, but he was before though. He was before. No, wait. Let's not go do this technical. Hold on. Let's not do this technical. Kulusevski and Bentancur were before.
No, I just said Kulusevski, not Bentancur. Because Kulusevski was alone, remember?
Yes, but that's before. We're using Kolo Muani.
The same about Tell then.
We're using Yeah, we're using Kolo Muani and what is it called? As Tell as Frank signings.
Well, you said Tell was a Frank signing. Then Kulusevski must be an Ange signing then, because he signed permanently under Ange. Vicario, Dragusin, Solanke.
Are you saying? Wait, hold on 1 second. Are you saying Tell is a Ange signing instead of a Frank signing?
I think it's a club signing first, but anyway.
No, but under what management did Tell sign?
Tell was on loan last season, and then he signed permanently. I'm saying Kulusevski was on loan before, and he signed permanently under Ange. I'm just telling you what happened.
So what? Who would you class that? Yeah, no, but who would you class that signing under? That's how you would figure out who has had better signings.
But I'm saying if you're not classing Kulusevski as an Ange signing, then I can't class Tell as a Frank signing because they both were on loan and they both just joined permanently afterwards. It's like No, but then wouldn't we suggest that
the go ahead would come from the management.
You'd hope so, but it's Tottenham.
Did Frank make the final call to say yes? This is what I want. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Or was it a case of he's come in? Go for it.
I think they were going to sign Tell regardless of who the manager was.
So you think it's a cup lining? Okay,
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But then, okay, so from Ange to Frank, who has had better signings then? Read out the list if you don't mind.
Longer. Well,
yeah.
Under Ange, we signed players that were necessary. You know, we needed a goalkeeper. We went and got. I know we don't rate him in it. Neither of us rate him, but we went and got Vicario, got Van der Ven. We needed a centre back. Remember, like, definitely needed a centre back. Maddison, we need to replace Ericsson. That he was the replacement. Late, obviously, it's a lot later on, but like Ange actually got quite a lot of players in this first transfer window. Actually, Solanke, remember, to replace Kane, supposedly to replace Kane. Like in Ange's first season, he got a lot.
So are we coming to the conclusion that Frank wasn't backed? Is that what we're saying? Because to me, the narrative when we signed all of them players was Frank was being backed, and the narrative at that time was that I can bring up shows with. Well, I'll have to do my research, but me and you guys, I'm gonna have to do my research. I don't want to confirm that theory without me doing my research, but I'm sure we were on a show together where it was either me, you, Eugene, what is it called? Elijah, and we were saying Frank is being backed. Obviously, at the time, we were going for Morgan Gibbs White, and that didn't obviously pan out. We then went for Eze, that didn't pan out, but you could still see the intent of Frank being backed. Do you get where I'm coming from? I don't think any of us on this panel, when we were speaking about Frank's window, said that he didn't get backed. I think the majority of us were quite frustrated that we didn't get our main signings through the door, but we actually also said that we accepted the alternative solutions. So even though I was against Xavi Simons, I understood why they went for Xavi Simons. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Because it makes sense in the long run as a club signing, because he's young, he has a lot to, in terms of it embodies what Tottenham was doing at that period. And if you think about what Tottenham was doing at that period, we were signing players like Archie Gray, Bergvall, Vostotovic, you know, all of them players that were young, not proven, but just have a high ceiling. And even you see that last season, that was quite the same time when we were linked to Tel. Do you remember? And we got him on loan. And I think most of the time, January, this is the same period of time. And we were saying we understand that we are going through these young and up and coming talent. And this was the first time for a long while, because remember, we had a show discussing how Tottenham don't usually go for young, up and coming, the best, making players turn down other clubs to come to us. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We did have. I would have to do my research on when we had the show, but I remember vividly. We all sat here and we agreed that Frank was back, and we actually even said he's been back more than most of the previous managers. But
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say.
Different. But you're saying something different.
He was backed, but like only to like a certain extent. So, like, for example,
no, but the narrative wasn't that, though. That's where I disagree, because I can even say, look, even though we didn't get our first signings, you know, Morgan Gibbs White, I'll give you that example, or even Eze, right? I wanted Paqueta. We obviously went for Simmons, right? Even when Solanke got injured, we went for Kolo Moani. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. The narrative at that time, we were frustrated. We were so frustrated with. Watch it back, my bro. Watch it back, because the narrative you're painting is totally different to what we were all discussing. Even though I was like, I remember, didn't you remember we had this show? You must have. And you said, what do we rate it? We all gave it 7s and 8s.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
What you misunderstanding is that we've essentially replaced a lot of players that we got injured, right? So, for example, Mwani's come in because Solanke's out.
Yeah.
Simmons has come in because obviously Madison and Kulusevski have been out for ages. Kudus came in because remember last season how we kept banging on about we needed a right winger. We finally went and got one. And Paulinho was again the number 6 thing where we were like, we need number 6, blah blah. But the problem is that we have so many holes. So many holes.
Can I just add a little bit? Sorry, you just reminded me. Yeah. We said, and I remember you saying this outside. Look, see, it's so good that you're talking, and I'm pulling you up on what you're saying. The reason why I think I gave it a 7 and you gave it an 8, if I'm correct. I have to go back. I'm going to fact check this. Watch me put a message in the comment section to fact check it and send people over. I gave it a 7. And then you were saying to me, you're being really harsh. And I was saying, realistically, we didn't get any of our targets, and we didn't get the main signing that we needed, because remember at the time we were going in for some what do you call it? Not Semenyo, Savio. Do you remember?
Savio.
And we said, and I agreed. I said, look, if we get a winger by the end of this window, this 7 will turn into the 8.9. I was even saying 9.
Right,
and we all agreed that this would have been our best window, whether we didn't get our main targets or not. So for you to have your narrative that you're saying he didn't get back to a certain extent, I don't understand it. I'm not understanding it.
What I'm saying is that he got backed, but the problem with us is we have so many holes to fill, right? We have so many holes, like you've still got the problem in midfield. We've got one of the midfielders, right, with Paulinho, but we've not. Yeah, basically, yeah. But we've not really,
Can I just reply to that comment? Yeah. And then you can carry on. Sorry, I totally agree. But at the time, see, this is where we have to actually put our hands up and say when we're wrong. Like I said I was wrong about Ange. I wanted Ange gone the first season. I was probably one of the first fans in the fan group. But look, I flip-flopped. Yeah, called me a flip-flop, whatever I was saying. What I'm trying to say, at that period of time when we were bringing in all them signings, we were all saying, and I didn't see not a single maybe Mr. Box Office. Mr. Box Office was saying we have to calm down because none of these players have played a game yet or something like this. But even he acknowledged that it was a great window. We were happy with most of, and you know what? This was the same period. If you remember, we just won the Europa League. So our mindset, all of the fan base's mindset were, it's going to be a good next season, And we got them 2 moves, like we signed 2 players in one, and then Morgan, remember, we signed Morgan Gibbs White. I was gassed, Technically, we did sign him, yeah? Obviously, the release clause or whatever fucked over, yeah? But technically, we did get that over the line. Morgan Gibbs White even said it got over the line. Did you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
But the narrative, this is what I'm trying to say. The narrative is incorrect with how everybody is speaking about the signings now to then. And I'm one. Let me be one. I will tell you one. Vicario, when everybody was happy about Vicario, I was not. Javi
I remember
Simmons. Look, even though I'm saying the narrative was different, I came on here. I don't know what everybody's hyped about, but Javi Simmons is not the player I want. I want Paqueta. We didn't get Morgan White. We didn't get Eze. The next player should have been Paqueta. I was actually saying that. I was annoyed that we didn't
I
get.
agree with you. That's what I wanted as well. So I'm not going to sit here and say that.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say to you is, it's like, because we went and bought, say, someone like Simmons from Germany, right? Yeah. Say if we signed either Gibbs White or Eze, one of those two. Just say one of those two, yeah. Then I'd be like, my expectations for the midfield, for example, will be way higher because I know the player coming in, he's played how many years in the Premier League? 2, 3, 4 years, and he's like, he can play in the 8 as well. Gibbs White can play in the 8. Eze can sort of play in the 8, even though I wouldn't put him there. And they're players that I expect to come in and like right off the gate.
Big up.
Yeah. But like Xavi, like me and you both said, because he's like 22, isn't it? Like he's not going to come in. I don't expect to come in and suddenly like just get the league, yeah. Because you look at Wirtz at Liverpool, he struggled as well. I'm not saying he's a bad player. No. This is why I would never rate the window more than like an 8, because
you know what? I'll be honest with you. Knowing what I knew then to knowing what I know now, that kind of like made it more clear to me that the reason why I didn't really want Xavi. Look, if it was on the edge, Postecoglou, I wouldn't really mind. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Because the players, see, this is also another thing why I didn't really want Frank, because there was actually many layers of reasons why I didn't want him. Obviously, now I'm backing him, and I'm struggling to find reasons to back him. Like there's not look. If you was to actually have a one-on-one conversation with me, and you would ask me, "What's the reason you're backing him?" Believe me, I actually have no reason. I can't lie to you. I'm just a bit scared to start over. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Because it's another transition, and it's another rebuild.
Are we been linked to Goretzka, Ryan? Sorry, I haven't seen this link at all. Do you mean the Bayern guy? Sorry, Ryan, do you mean the Bayern guy?
He's like 32 now, 33.
He's old, isn't it? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. He's a baller though.
Yeah.
He's one of them legacy players like Iniesta, Muller, them man right there, man. Them man that just like, they can be old, but they can be certified. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But yeah, no. Now I know what. Now I know what I know now. For me, a player like Xavi Simmons, it's gonna be so difficult for him to find form under Frank. When you've got a manager that, look, I don't mind being pragmatic. Conte we had, Mourinho we had, and you know what? A lot of people don't understand this, but I also class Pochettino as a pragmatic manager.
But you do.
Yeah. I actually class it as a pragmatic manager. Any manager that, and this is just my understanding. Maybe my understanding of football is totally different to you, everybody else's, but my understanding is, to put in a simple way, you sit back and soak up defense, soak up pressure, and jump on the counter. That's a pragmatic approach. Pochettino, what was his style? High pressing, sitting back. Yeah, no, but high pressing, sitting back, right? High pressing, sitting back. He might not have the ball. He might not have the possession, right? But one thing that we knew, as soon as the ball was won, counter. All of them would run.
Walker, Rose.
All the way, bro, they will bomb it down. We had fast wingers as well. Think about it. You know? Son, Lucas, even Lucas Moura. All of them players play a part in what I mean by pragmatic approach. We could play that. The reason being, as much as it might not seem pragmatic like how a Mourinho and a Conte and a Frank plays, they sit back, soak up, build up slow. That's a different type of pragmatic I'm talking about. The pragmatic I'm talking about, someone that don't have the possession and wants to invite pressure. We wanted to invite pressure and we pressed high. Look at the running stats on the Poch's season.
I know it's the most. It's the most. Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from. So my understanding of pragmatic is Poch. For me, Poch was pragmatic. And you can have pragmatic managers. Let me make it clear.
That's funny.
424 subscribers. Should we try that formation?
That's good. Yeah, no. That's good.
Yeah. No, but that's why I actually class whenever we have conversations about it. Is my understanding. I call it a team that is on the front foot. It's not pragmatic. A team that wants to attack and wants to have the possession and attack, and they don't care about. This is the difference between Ange and Poch. Poch is one to soak up. Ange is, I don't care if you get in the back. As long as I get the XG and the chances, the more we have, the more goals. That's his approach, right? But look, it's not about. I don't mind pragmatic. Pragmatic don't matter to me. Even defensive don't matter to me. Counter don't matter to me. The style does not matter to me. As long as it affects the players that we have within our squad. Example, look at Brennan Johnson. For me, after last season, whether we like the player or not, after the amount of goals he has scored, the fact that he can't even get a run in this Tottenham squad and we don't create more than 5 XG, bro, is outrageous. Think about it.
No. Leave Johnson for a minute because we're going to talk about him in a minute because he's a Crystal Palace fan. But for me, what do you think of the Forest game? And then we'll talk about Johnson because I can.
You go first, my man. I've been talking quite a lot.
Well, I went into it thinking we might get a draw, but unfortunately, our goalkeeper, mate, he's so shit. Him and Archie Gray messed it up again, and we went one down. And unfortunately, our players.
Can I ask you a question? We've had this argument on Spurs Kings TV. If you watch I don't know when you watched it. Did you watch it from the start?
The whole game? Oh no! I think I went in halfway through on Spurs Kings. I think I can't remember what time it was on it. I can't tell you. I don't know.
Okay, cool. So you didn't watch it from the start. All right, cool. The question that was asked on there, I'm gonna ask you here, innit?
Yeah.
Cool. Firstly, let's talk about Vicario now. Whose mistake is it? I want to see where your mind is, and this will honestly tell me if you understand football. So whose fault is this whole situation? And I want you to speak about it like you are explaining where the faults came.
Okay, so I think they're both at fault for it, and the reason I think they're both at fault for it is Vicario needs to be more aware of the kind of players surrounding our players, sort of thing, aware of where the ball is. Also, Ash Matic did this little replay with him. The way he kicked the ball was really bad. I don't know if you saw it. Do you remember when he did that?
Yeah, no, but Ash's was. Can I be honest with you? Ash's response to it is different to mine, Marlon's, and most of everybody's. Ash is blaming Archie Gray. That's it. I had the show on Spurs King.
Yeah,
Ash actually believes.
I'm not saying Archie Gray.
Said, and I'll let you carry on. Ash actually is saying Archie Gray is fully to blame, which I disagree. But carry on with what you were saying, and then I'll break it down to how I see it.
Who's a senior player and a goalkeeper needs to be aware about what players are surrounding him and where his players are to distribute the ball. I think he's responsible for that, especially someone like him who is part of the leadership team and he's giving the ball to a younger player, right? So I think he has to take quite a lot of responsibility for that because he had it's one as bad as his mistake the other week when he passed it straight to the Fulham player that scored. Right, that's like, mate, that's like 10 times worse. But for me, he needs to be aware and think, maybe I have to kick it long sometimes because they're like suffocating us. Because if you look at the positions of the Forest players, they were getting ready to pounce, man. Like this, you can see the goal was going to happen. But at the same time, you need to blame Archie Gray as well, because Archie Gray, I hate to say it now, he's just a first team player for us right now. I know he's young, but he needs to kind of be aware of also the players around him, right? Like, because about checking his shoulder, because when he controlled it, it's like he didn't know the players behind him, right? So,
I agree.
But why I'm paying a bit more blame to Vicario than others, maybe, is because I think he's sort of like the source of the problem in some ways, because he's the one who kicked it to him.
Can I jump in?
Like lumping it out. I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Realistically, yeah, it's both of their faults, yeah. Archie Gray is young. In fact, let me tell you why. I actually believe it's actually not. He has nothing to do with this, because at least he shows some sort of intent, some sort of he wants the ball at his feet, right? And you're allowed to make mistakes as a young player. That's how you learn to grow and become better. But for me, it's both. Both have blames in it, right? Archie Gray needs to be better. His touch, he needs to work on his weaker foot, because a lot of people are saying he passed it to his weak foot. Who cares, man? They're professional footballers.
Also,
they need to work.
For me, his strength, man.
100%. All of these type of things they need to work on. He clearly is young, and can I be honest with you? I can accept a goal conceding like that if it's a young player and not experienced, someone that is not at his final helm. I know it's frustrating to accept them type of goals, but let me tell you what I can't accept. Vicario, even though Archie Gray is to blame, if you want to say whose fault it is, it's hands down Vicario's fault. He had 3 options when you think about it.
You picked the worst one. Yeah.
He could have even booted it out.
That's what I said.
So that's even an option as well. But you're the damn goalkeeper. You are in my opinion, a great spot to communicate with your defense, your midfield. And if you can scream loud enough, your attack, right? You see the whole pitch. Unlike the players, they're looking that one way, right? But once their backs are turned, they can't see what's behind them. Yes, of course, you have to be able to look around you. And I'm not saying Archie Gray don't have nothing to do with this actual goal. It's a mistake. I agree it's a mistake. He's going to learn from it and he's going to get better, 100%. But the mistake is this Vicario goalkeeper. This Vicario guy generally has no... You know what? Your goalkeeper is meant to be your... Sorry?
I was going to say common sense. I just don't think he looks like
your goalkeeper. This is what this is how I see it. Your goalkeeper is meant to be the anchor of the team. In fact, before you even think about building a team, you should always think about getting in your main keeper. It's always your main keeper that wins you leagues. Look at the history that tells you when Man City didn't have a goalkeeper, who did they kick out? Hart.
Drumbar.
Arsenal's on that same level.
They got rid of Ramsdale. They got right out of Drumbar. Yeah.
Your goalkeeper is the anchor. If you don't have a good anchor, no matter how good your defense is, no matter how good your midfield is, no matter how good your striker is, your goalkeeper is going to be a liability. Now, look, he clearly has... This goalkeeper has so many faults. The year before that, it was catching corners. The year before that, bro, this guy has too many faults to be our main goalkeeper. Let's just keep it as that.
Frank, this is not Frank's goalkeeper. I mean, we've been linked with other keepers, and we'll leave that for a second. But like, what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, so and he's apparently responsible for 72% of our goals we've conceded this season. I was reading some stat or something.
This is what I'm trying to say. When your goalkeeper is causing us more pain, more trouble than actual luck, and I'm telling you this. Yes, there are games that he does make wild saves, but for me, this is how I see it. And I started talking off show. This is how I see it. Everybody calls out Richarlison. We need to drop him. We need to this. For me, I don't care what we have in our club. When you make so many mistakes week on, week out, and he says sorry, he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. How many stories is he gonna give us? I've heard so many different stories from him, so many different emojis, so many different angles. You can't boo him I was at the Fulham game, bruv. Let me make it clear, man. I saw it live. I saw it live.
Mate, he was a clown. Honestly, he was actually a clown.
I saw it live. I never spoke about it, bruv. But from that game, I had enough of him. I didn't want him to make any bamboozling mistake again. And then he's gone and done this as well. Look, I'll be so real.
The second goal? You know, he should have done better with the second goal as well. With the cross.
Listen, let me be honest with you. You have a shaky goalkeeper and you're back in the net. It is what it is. But can I tell you this as well? Look, I actually didn't end up watching the whole of the game. I actually stopped watching after that gumbo, bro. He's lost his mind. I need to. You know what I need to do, innit? I need to hook him up with a good plug because he's smoking the wrong thing. He's smoking crack. He's doing all the chemicals. I need to jump on him on the right plug. I don't know what his brain was thinking. I don't know what his brain was thinking when he done this, bro. But I turned off the game when I saw Ben Davies come on, and DJ against Spence come on, and we're 2-0 down, and you've gone and gone like this. Look, cool, we're losing, yeah, but you've gone and taken off. Cool, a defender for a defender, and you put in a defensive midfielder. Now, see, this is me. For me, look, it's not about nothing. Look, my player Ben Davies, yeah. My player Ben Davies, innit? But realistically, what I wanted to see, and honest to God, I wanted to see Teletubby Tell on, Alderweireld on, Johnson on. I wanted to see attacking changes. I wanted to see some sort of, you take off a defender, you put on a winger. If I don't mind losing, I'll tell you this, I don't mind losing. I wanna lose with my dignity. Not lose with the tails behind my tail behind my leg. You know what he done? He put on Ben Davies and Palhinha, my friend. And you're 2-0 down. And you still concede. Think about it like that.
Okay, can I
you know what?
Vicario thing?
Go for it, my friend.
Like,
go for it.
Look, you're bad with Vicario, but my dad's even worse. Every game since I don't know what time last season, he'll turn around and be like, "Don't have another goalkeeper. I'd rather see Kinski." Like he hates him more than you hate him. Like I don't know how that's possible because you're the only guy I see on YouTube moaning about Vicario like every stream, but he hates him more than like you do. I think so. He's like, we need a new goalkeeper. Like he's been saying it for ages. Yeah, like for me, the problem with Vicario is he's like he doesn't have any common sense. Like I just think some of his decisions I just don't get it. Like it's just really simple
some of his decisions are absolutely awful.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it in a minute, mate, about the Johnson to Palace thing. But obviously, we have been linked to other goalkeepers, including Ter Stegen, James Trafford, which I really don't want at Man City. Those are the two that I've seen so far. Is there any goalkeeper you particularly want to replace Vicario?
Emi Martinez from Aston Villa.
That's who I want as well. But we're going to get him. That's who I want.
Bro, you know who I want? David De Gea. I'm not even joking. I will take David De Gea back. No, listen, I would. I think he's at 37 or 36, 35. But for a short term period, David De Gea, what we need right now, let me be honest.
35.
Sorry?
He's 35. He's 35.
Yeah, what we need right now, I'll be honest with you, we need a goalkeeper that look, we definitely okay, cool. We don't need David De Gea, let's be honest with you. But we need a player that can play with their feet and save the goals.
Yeah.
Because it seems like Frank is he needs a goalkeeper that can play on his feet. You know? And Kinski can play on his feet, but he can't save the goals. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Whereas Vicario can save some sort of goals, but make mistakes. Yeah. So we need a goalkeeper with the two of the blends. For me, look, I'll be honest with you. I think if Emi Martinez is available, he's a World Cup winner. He has a relationship with Romero. So it's about building a foundation. You see why Lloris was our best goalkeeper for a very long time. Yes, he was useless with his feet. But you know what he had behind him? You know the managers played in a system where it didn't expose him. Yeah, nearest to the end of his years, we saw him declining, and that's with all players, right? They're gonna decline.
Yeah.
Sorry,
because Daniel in the chat mentioned Henderson at Palace, but would they sell him? I don't know.
I wouldn't mind Henderson as well. Henderson's a good shout, to be honest with you.
I want Martinez. I've always wanted Martinez.
I think Martinez personally.
Since it was Arsenal, bro. Like, you know, when he was not getting games at Arsenal, I still rated him. He went to Villa or whatever, but
can I be real with you? I think Martinez would be the best character to bring into the dressing room as well. You know, you need a bit of a shit house. I'll be so real sometimes, and you need someone to see. Vicario looks like a weak. It's sad to say this, isn't it? Because I don't like to defame these guys, but he complains quite a lot. He blames quite a lot. I've seen him.
Yeah, he goes
exactly. Whenever something goes wrong, it's their fault.
Yeah.
We need some accountability. We need a goalkeeper that can actually take responsibility.
Well, you say that, but he was linked with Man United last summer, so maybe they were willing to sell him. I don't know.
Who, Vicario?
No, Martinez.
I think if we have a chance and we could bring in a goalkeeper. Ter Stegen is a good goalkeeper, but the only thing is he's on the decline. We're talking about a goalkeeper that has had an amazing career. Let's make it clear. His career has been amazing, but he's on the decline. So we're not gonna. Ter Stegen is what, 32 years old, right?
Let me just check it. Hold on.
Or he might even be older, to be honest with you.
33, actually.
33, yeah. 33. Yeah. He is on the decline. He's as far as the games I've actually seen of him.
Martinez is the same age as him, right?
I know, but the difference between Martinez and Ter Stegen hasn't played in the Premier League, you know. And for me, Martinez has actually had many years in the Premier League. Not only that, Ter Stegen, I think he would get exposed in the Premier League due to the fact of how fast-paced it is. And if I'm not correct, look, I might be wrong. He's not good with his feet. So that's a sideways step.
I'm with you. I think Martinez would be the perfect guy for us because obviously he's got Premier League experience. He's got a relationship with Romero, so you won't have that no bedding in. He'll just come in and do it straight.
You know, also... Yeah. And one other thing, I think Ter Stegen would be a good goalkeeper for Tottenham as well, in the sense of that leadership, that have done it at the biggest levels, that knows how to communicate with his back line, that he has a presence about him. The only concerns that I have is the fact that he hasn't done it in the Premier League. He's on the decline, like like Emi Martinez, these goalkeepers we're talking about, they're on their later stages of their career. You know, realistically, we're gonna get maybe 2 years maximum.
3 years.
Nah, 3 is
3 years.
too much, to be honest with you. But cool, I don't mind. 3 years, 2 years of them on a decline. Let's keep it clear. They are gonna decline. They're not gonna get better. Maybe they might. I don't know. But for me, this is what I'm trying to say. We definitely need a new goalkeeper. Ter Stegen will be good in the dressing room. For all the young players, players like Kinski, not even just that, all the young players, you know, you're talking about Archie Grays, you know, Bergvals, all of these guys will be like raw. Like we're playing with a big gun. Yeah? But then on the flip side, my concerns will be the Premier League. We concede quite a lot. Let's get it correct. The pressure of the Premier League compared to all the other leagues that Ter Stegen, he hasn't actually been proven in them leagues. But then again, you've got Martinez, which for me, I think will be a good. I wouldn't mind. I want to sell Vicario and get a goalkeeper in.
I think they're going to do that because also Vicario was linked with AC Milan, and Inter Milan apparently they're making moves for him. AC
Milan's goalkeeper is quite good as well.
Mainen?
Yeah, Mainen. He's quite good. He's quite good with what I've seen of him. He's quite good, but then again, I haven't watched a lot of AC Milan. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
But Iggy knows.
Sorry.
Yeah. Iggy will know, innit? Because he's at AC Milan. Iggy.
Oh yeah, no. I've watched. You know, when I've watched AC Milan, he seems to be good on the ball, and you know, like he has a good presence about him. But again, for me to be safe, I would obviously go with Martinez. I think that's the best option out there.
I think what they might do is they might bring someone like, hopefully Martinez, and for like 3 years, 2-3 years, and then it might give Kinski time to develop. I don't know. I don't think the guys are going to sell Kinski. Unfortunately for Elijah, I don't think they're going to sell Kinski, and it's not now.
You see that goalkeeper we let go. What's his name? That youth prodigy that was playing in the championship. What is his name?
We let him go. We sell him.
Yeah, goalkeeper. Yeah, goalkeeper.
The guy was a DJ or something. He was DJing or something.
No. That's Alfie. He's gone to do photography. Not Alfie.
Photography.
What's his name? We let him go.
Keely.
I think he's gone to Leyton Orient.
You mean Josh Keely?
Keely. Thank you. Yeah, Keely. Thank you. Sorry, I just couldn't get the name. You see, this is where we went wrong. You know, we should have kept Keely around. You know, for me, he could easily look. He was look. I'm not gonna pretend like I've seen him play many games because I haven't. However, he was really high in demand. This would have been a great opportunity to see what he could do.
Develop him. Yeah,
100%, 110%.
In the situation we're in right now, I'd rather see Brandon Austin in goal against Liverpool.
Bro, this is what I'm trying to say. Look, this is what I'm trying to say about Vicario. I've had enough of Vicario. He needs to be dropped. You can't carry on having performances after performances after performances where he makes mistakes and mistakes and mistakes, and he's not droppable because we don't have a keeper. I don't care how shit. What is it called? Kinski is, or Brandon Austin is, or whoever. Man, he needs to see the bench, in my opinion, because you know what ends up happening? Players get complacent. Like, I'm not going to be dropped. Do you see my point? And my point is this: for players like Kinski, this could be a great opportunity to develop and grab a. You know what? We might end up seeing Kinski play, and then he might start performing quite well. And one game off the next game, and then next minute he's our main goalkeeper. That could happen. But if we don't give them the chance, and if we don't drop this Vicario, guy because for me, he just keeps making mistakes. He makes more mistakes than good mistakes.
That Fulham mistake, that I still couldn't believe. I was there like you. I still couldn't believe he did it. Like, because he had 4 opportunities to clear it. From the first, his control of the ball, the second touch, the third touch, and even at the end, he could have whacked it to the throw. Like, bro, I still can't get my head around it. Like, it was embarrassing. It was like watching, when you make a mistake when you're school.
The problem is when I said this on Spurs Kings TV, when I said like Vicario needs to be dropped, nobody is taking it seriously because obviously it's who we got in our youth. But for me, it's past that. Bad performances like this, you deserve to be dropped. I don't care if you have Timbuktu in behind us. He's going in. Even if the next game we get slapped up and it's like, rah, you need to prove that, that as a manager, if I was the manager, I'm making sure that they know their spots can get taken.
It's not safe. Yeah.
They can get swiped out right away. Next minute, you're going to be calling your agent. I want to leave, man. Go. If you don't want to play for me, go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on, bro. I'm going.
The problem we have with Vicario, right, is unfortunately, and this is partly Frank's fault and Angie's fault because they were both part of this. Vicario is part of the leadership team, and he was part of the leadership team, man.
No player.
For me,
no player is bigger than the badge, man. And I
was worried. When I saw the team, that picture. Remember that picture that he took?
Yeah.
I saw Vicario, and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" It means he might not drop it. Because I was like, this is before these mistakes. I was like, oh no, why are they putting part of the leadership team? It means that if he does a mistake, I'm not saying he won't get dropped. I'm just saying because he's part of that team.
See, this is the thing with me. No player is bigger than the badge. I don't care how big you are. If you're one of the best talents coming out, you're not bigger than Tottenham. No players. I'm sorry. We have to set a standard, and that standard could never drop. Do you think a team like Arsenal or Man City or a team like Liverpool let their what is it called, their superstar run the fucking club? Okay, Salah right now, Salah right now has just been dropped.
He dropped the Bamiyang.
Bro, this is what you have to do. No player is bigger than the club. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you watch the Son documentary? The reason why he actually left, and I really respect him for it. You know what? More than anything else, he said, if I stayed, it will also be bad. He made it clear. Go watch that documentary. It's a quite good documentary on Son when Son left, isn't it? He said, if I stayed, it would be bad for the club as well. He's realizing he's not bigger than the club. In fact, we need to have more players like that to acknowledge where they're at. Because clearly they think it's a summer beach. Most of them are not fucking trying so hard. Like realistically, they're getting paid so much. They haven't struggled like me and you.
Yeah.
I bet half of them, all of them, yeah. Let me be honest, we've never struggled to say like
the money they are on, yeah. Like it will take a lifetime for us to earn that.
Put me on a 1 month contract, bro. Just know the money I've made from that 1 month, not even 1 week salary of them, bro. I could be eating for years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Years. Just a week. Just give me that contract for a week.
Be on the
bench. See, when you're hungry, this is the thing. When you're hungry, you tend to perform better than the unhungry people. This is why you need.
When you had the younger players back in the day, they were not on you didn't have the big Rashford on 100k a week when he was 18.
No.
Then you'd have to earn it. It would take you 5 years, 6, 7 years to get to that
100%.
Level. Once you got that contract, suddenly, there's other factors as well, but suddenly his performance level dropped. He got complacent. Nowadays, these young players, they sign big contracts at 18, 19, 20.
Yeah,
and they barely
100%.
achieve anything. And the problem is at Spurs, because there's a very big comfort, as in the aim
but that's what's wrong about the culture. The culture is rotten because for me, this is how it goes. See, when I'm saying drop Vicario, And most of, when I was looking at the panel on Spurs King, everybody thought like dropping for who? It's obvious. Kingsky. You got what is it called there? You got bare
Austin.
goalkeepers if you really wanted.
Yeah.
But no, realistically, you got bare goalkeepers that are not eating like Vicario. For me, you need to drop these players if they realize that their spot is at jeopardy. But trust me, they're gonna start performing. Maybe this is what Vicario needs.
Wake up.
For me, this is what all these players need. No player is bigger than what they think, man. You know, realistically, this is why Tottenham is shit, man. We are shit.
Yeah. Anyway,
shit. You know what? Can I be honest with you? I like the model how Man United used to have when they were challenging for the years.
You mean under
if
Ferguson?
You don't know this, if you don't know this, United used to have a youth player in their amongst their substitutes during the times when they were winning the Premier League and all of this. This would inspire the youth player to become better. I only found that out on Saïd TV. Like while I was watching, it was like, what he's doing to
Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, on Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah,
mate,
they would have a youth player.
Peak Premier League, man. It was different.
You would have a youth player on the side, didn't it? Yeah. And maybe that youth player, if they smack a team up maybe 5-0, that youth player will get the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Like 10 minutes. Yeah.
100%.
Ferguson always did that.
It makes the youth player hungry to want to take his opportunities. Think about it. If we don't have that, we generally don't. We actually don't. Our youth is shit. Our starters are shit. They're all just fucking play. It makes there's no standard. The standard is out the window, bro. But let's talk about
before we talk about Semenyo, Johnson to Palace. Okay, last week you weren't on, but we spoke about it a little bit because I had a Palace fan on. He didn't want Brendan Johnson, just so you know. But this talk is kind of gaining momentum because obviously we've been linked with other wingers. Do you think he goes to Palace?
I think can I be honest with you? Realistically, I think Johnson would be a great player for Palace.
You think? Really?
I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe.
Yeah.
He could play either on the left or the right, but this is what I feel like why he would be great for Palace. Because Glasner is a smart manager. He would be in places where we saw him like running in, last year, and used him as more of a decoy than anything else. He might not create the chance, but and the end of a chance, right?
Yeah.
With Glasner, I think he's smart enough to understand that Johnson is not going to be one to take on a guy and like do backflips and front flips. No.
Yeah.
But he's going to be able, with the team that they have as well, because Crystal Palace is not a joke of a team. They have a great core. They have a great back line. They have fallen apart recently, but Glasner's had
They're organized.
Yeah, well, Glasner's had a bit of this dysfunction with the board, right? But what I'm saying, I think Johnson would be perfect for Palace. For me, what?
Because they play 3-4-3, or they could play him in one of the positions behind Mateta, or he could go 3-5-2 and play him with Mateta. I don't know. I think that's what I think he'll do.
I just think he will be a great signing for them, and I think he would go. I think under a manager that understands how, when you understand your players' weaknesses and your strengths.
Limitations in it. It's a limitation.
Glasner's that manager. Glasner's that manager. But for me, look, it's a shame that it didn't work for Tottenham because, can I be honest with you as well? Yes, Johnson was not at the time when we brought Johnson, he's not like one of the outstanding wingers, right? But I thought he would have taken that step up. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I actually generally thought it was a decent move. Not for, because we bought him young.
22, 23, I think.
Two. Yeah, he's young. He's still young. He's like 24 right now. We bought him young, you know. So I thought this would be a great move for him to cement his spot, you know. But it just doesn't work out because one, we don't play with a manager that gets the best out of him. Two, look, this is why Pochettino would be a great manager for a player like Johnson.
Because he'll treat him like
you know what his role will be.
That's what he'll do. Yeah, he'll play him as like behind the striker.
His role would be Son.
You think?
Running behind, 100%. You see how Kane?
You know how Dele Alli used to be with Kane. You know, he used to play.
No, he wouldn't. No. He wouldn't play as Dele Alli. He's not that type of player. He would play as a Son. Son. The partnership between Kane and Son, Kane would drop, Son would run. And when you look at how Johnson plays, when you look at how Johnson plays exactly like how Son played, like under the Kane and Son partnership. And he has the pace like Son. All it took for Son is for him to get behind that, like get next to the back line, and Kane would thread him through a pass. Don't we see that's what Johnson's style is? Johnson is that style. He's not one to dribble with the ball, and he's not one to create chances. He's the one to get on the end of things, right? 100%. So for me, under Pochettino would be great with this guy. Under Pochettino, I think Pochettino would get the best out of him. But I also think Glasner would get a tune out of Johnson as well. Under Frank, I don't know, bro. We don't even create chances, so it's like, and the chances we create are so little in XG. You start counting them as shots.
The thing with Frank is because a lot of our play, like you said, on Spurs Kings is wide. I think that's partly a byproduct of the fact that we don't have a ball playing midfielder as well. But in general, Frank likes to use the wide areas to create chances anyway. I think in general, from what I've seen at Brentford, and because he sees
you don't take no
Johnson plays wide. Johnson plays wide. Unless you put Johnson in a 4-4-2 playing or 4-4-1-1 playing with.
Yo, I'm gonna take you inside because I've got a lot of work to do. But yeah, cool. Yeah, carry on.
Playing with like Richarlison or something. Like, I don't see where he fits into the way we play under Frank because he's never going to be a winger. So, you know, I think they're selling him, but I think they're selling him because they're trying to sign another winger. So.
Yeah, no, look. I think I actually think it's a good reason to sell him. You know, I think look, he's clearly not going to work at Tottenham, and if we have a manager like Frank, it's just never going to work. Let's be honest, it's never going to work because clearly it's just two different styles, and Frank is Frank. Do you get where I'm coming from?
You're right. But obviously,
was I lagging just then?
No, it's fine.
Oh,
you're good now.
Yeah,
anyway. But before we speak about the Liverpool game, I want to speak briefly about the left wing thing because we're linked with Semenyo, innit?
Yeah.
And also, what was the other player we were linked with? I can't remember. But what would you think about? I think it's a dream. Do you think any chance Semenyo comes to Tottenham?
Realistically, no. You know why? Because there's too many players, too many teams that are looking for a Semenyo type of player, right? But you know what? Look, let me be so honest with you. I'm not going to be disheartened if we don't go for him. There are many wingers out there that could easily do a job. But for me personally, you know what we actually really need? I actually feel like if we could see, this would be my dream signing, and see, but this is hard to obtain. It is absolutely hard to obtain. The reason why I believe it's my dream signing, because Frank, if we're thinking of Frank as a what he wants to do. I'm only going off of what he done at Brentford. Can I tell you who I'm going to suggest?
Adeyemi.
Adeyemi wouldn't work under Frank. He's like, but see, for me, Adeyemi is a good enough striker slash winger.
I know we like him because
yeah. But he wouldn't work under Frank. But you know who would work under Frank? Morgan Rogers. The reason being, and I'll tell you why. He's fallen a bit off in terms of like his stats from last year. But the reason why Morgan Rogers is a player that I would really heavily invest in. First thing, he's very versatile. So not just being a winger, he can also be an attacking midfielder, and he can also be a centre midfielder in terms of someone like a Morgan Gibbs-White. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Different profile of players, but for me, we struggle to create chances, right? We struggle to get the ball to our strikers. Because Xavi Simons alone is struggling with that, right? We've already seen it. He's not capable of creating, being the heart of the team. We definitely need a player with a good enough skill set to be a winger and to also be an attacking midfielder. For me, I thought Kulusevski, go for it, my friend, because he can play an attacking midfielder role. Yeah,
Rogers is, from what I've heard, this is since Frank joined. I'm just saying it's rumors, by the way. I'm not saying it's like legit. He's like Frank's dream signing as well, because, and I can see why. Like, Rogers is Frank's dream signing.
Bro, I know, but I can see why. No, he fits. What I'm trying to say, he fits what Frank is trying to achieve. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Whereas a Semenyo, for me, look, don't get me wrong, he's a great winger, right?
Yeah.
But he's the guy that needs someone to create a chance for him, or sometimes it's a case of someone plays the ball to him, and we're still having that problem right now.
So we need someone to get the ball and create, basically.
We need a creator and an attacker, some sort of like hybrid. And this is why I'm saying, for me, Morgan Gibbs-White. What am I talking about? Morgan Rogers, yeah? Morgan Rogers is the best solution for the long run. And I'm talking about the long run as well. Because then when the likes of Kulusevski is to come back into the team, because we still do have an attacking midfielder. Let's not pretend like we don't have players here. We have Kulusevski. We still have Maddison. So we do have players that are going to come back and be more in the attacking midfielding type of mindset, right? But see, when these guys come back, it's going to be easy for Morgan Rogers to slip in wherever he needs to slip in.
Left even as well, he can play. But
left.
The thing with Kulusevski is, you talk about Kulusevski, I think he would do well under Frank because he can play right wing, left wing,
100
in the 100%, and then number 8. I think I'd play number 8 personally in the system.
See, I agree. Kulusevski. See, this is my ultimate lineup. Realistically, if we still have Kolo Muani, it'll be Kolo Muani, Kulusevski, and Kudos, or a case of Morgan Rogers, Kulusevski, and what is it called? Whoever. You know what I'm talking about? But realistically, I feel like that would be perfect. If we brought in Semenyo, he is good, don't get me wrong, but we'll be still having the same problem about creating chances. And for me, Morgan Rogers is really hard working as well. He needs hard working.
I agree with you totally. Yeah.
I don't know.
Would he come to start? Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't. I think that this is why it's so difficult. The reason being, you're gonna have to spend. So listen, if we were looking at Savinho, and that was like 70 million. You're talking about 120 mil to get
To get
someone like Morgan Rogers, because you have to think about the age. He's 22, 23. Think about
the price I saw, TJ. That's the price I saw. 120 million. He's
Yeah.
English as well. He's English as well.
This is what I'm trying to say. And he's 23. He's young. He's still in that sweet spot. This is the perfect signing. That sweet spot of like what we're doing,
He'll
bringing
get
in young talent, bringing in proven. You see, playing in multiple positions. He personally,
versatile, scores goals, creates
personally,
goals.
I think he's the perfect suit for Tottenham. But when I said that to a lot of people, they turned the blind eye. And
Really?
look, see, maybe I just view. Yeah, I told it to quite a few Tottenham fans, and they turned a blind eye.
What?
See, I don't know, man.
Bro.
See, my view of football is different to other people's. Yeah,
What?
no. My view is.
Are you serious? They
I'm serious. I'm being serious. You see, look, for me,
what the fuck? Sorry, I can't get my head.
I personally don't think we will get Semenyo. I think there's too many high-profile teams going in for him.
Yeah, because Liverpool, I think, and City are the two other teams.
100%. But you also have a case where you've got Rafael Leao from
AC Milan.
You've got so many players. You've got even up to a couple of Real Madrid players are like down in the pecking order. You've got opportunities there, that could easily do a job. It's what you want of your player. For me, if I was the director or the actual, let's go.
Not Lange. Teacher, I'll have you then Lange. Put it that way.
I would put all my eggs on Morgan Rogers personally, because for me, this is the thing as well. You have to also think about. See now, cool. I've already said the players are shit and all of this and all of that, right? But you have to also think about this as well. As a business, you want your players like Tell and Alderweireld to, whether I like them or not, develop 100%. You don't want to stunt their growth.
Even though apparently Tell's been linked with Roma now, so maybe they're going to sell him. I don't know. He was linked with Roma. So.
Well, I would sell him. I don't think he's good enough personally. Tell has to go. Yeah, has to go, innit? I would sell it. But what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say, as a business, you don't want your place to stent the growth, because that's just wasted money and wasted talent.
You sell them. That's why Levy was doing so well, because he'll buy young players.
Or you sell them. Or you sell them, 100%. Or you sell them, and then you bring in the Semenyos, and you bring in. You get where I'm coming from? But see, for Morgan Rogers,
I think it's more important for me in this January to go out and buy a goalkeeper. I think we need a goalkeeper right now. Because you're not going to sign 5 players in January. Let's be realistic. And sign a midfielder that
realistically it's going to be 2. So if you was to pick 2 players, if you're gonna pick 2 players, realistically, I'll go for a goalkeeper and a winger.
Not a midfielder.
A winger, and I'm talking about a winger. It's unrealistic. That's what I'm saying. It's unrealistic.
A
winger that can transform into all of them players, and I think that's why I went for Morgan Goodwhite.
Rodgers and Martinez. Basically, Rodgers and Martinez. Those two. Villa won't sell to us. What I'm saying, with Dreamland,
they won't. Yeah. You can either pick one or the other.
Drop 200 mil, get them by.
No.
Million, you know what I mean, right? Anyway, but yeah, I'm with you. I don't think Semenyo is going to come to Tottenham. I think it's just.
Do you have any other alternative wingers that you think could do a job?
That Monaco guy, Diamande.
Yeah, I don't know that much about him.
Lookman was with us last summer. Lookman. I don't know who else there really is, because I'm like you. I think the wingers, as much as I want us to sign a winger, I think we need a midfielder more, to be honest, in the middle. I think that's more necessary.
That's why I'm saying someone like a Morgan Rogers. He ticks a lot of boxes. He can play anywhere. That's why I was so gassed about Gibbs White.
Because Gibbs White
Gibbs
can play
White.
like, yeah.
Bro, I was so gassed about Gibbs White. I was like, yeah, that ticks a lot of boxes. We need a player that can tick a lot of boxes.
That's why Eze was the second choice, I think, because Eze can play different positions. Like he can play on the left wing, can play him, but he ain't the same. He's not like Gibbs White. Gibbs White is like an 8, a 10. He can play wide, but Eze struggles wide. He can play there, but as you've seen at Arsenal, he don't play the same level as when he was playing, as the 10.
Yeah.
Like he does fit the profile, but just not as well. And I think Simmons sort of put the profile because they bought him. He sort of fit the profile because he played him on the left before as well. But he ain't a Rodgers. He ain't an Eze. He ain't a Gibbs White. These Premier League proven players that can play
he's not.
4 different positions. He's not. He's just not that guy.
He's not.
It's not that he won't be that guy. I'm just saying he's not that guy right now. Like at least not.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not. And also you need to also consider: does a Semenyo want to step downwards? Because realistically, it's downwards. It's a downward step. Because you know what is, isn't it? Yeah, because like let's be honest with you, he's gonna have a lot of options of where he could go. Likes of Arsenal, he's an Arsenal fan. He likes the Liverpool.
Arsenal on
yeah, no, but he's an Arsenal fan. If Arsenal put the money through, it will go through.
I think he's gonna go to City personally because I think City need him the most.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool, I don't think he's gonna go Liverpool. I don't know why. I just have this feeling he won't go. I think he's going to go City because of Haaland. Because apparently City really want him to take the pressure of Haaland. Because Haaland's every game he's got, man. Like just an alternative. Because Semenyo's got quite a few goals this season as well. As like an alternative.
Yeah.
Have someone like goal scorer like Semenyo in the team. So I think he'll go there. I just don't think he'll go Liverpool because they're not really stable right now. I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm kind of, to be honest. We're playing them next anyway, so we can talk about Liverpool now. So first of all, before we talk about the actual game, I want your opinions about Liverpool, man. Like, where do you think? Like, what's the problem with them? Why do you think they're struggling this season? Like, what do you think is going on? Are they going to keep Slot? Like, just in general, what do you think, man? Because
it's difficult because they've spent a lot of money on players that should be really performing on their best, isn't it? I think what it is, isn't it? When sometimes you've done too much. In terms of you've messed up the harmony and you've brought too much and it's going to take the players too long to embed and the system doesn't really support support the players to their fullest potential. It's like I don't know, man. Slot has a difficult task. He's dealing with a lot of superstars. No, he's dealing with a lot of superstars that are unperforming, that are not performing. Think about it like that. Nearly half of his team are superstars, and they're just not performing.
100%.
And it's difficult because they did win the league last year, and it's a really weird turn of events. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I personally think they should sack Slot for the basis of, with all the money they'd spent, they thought it was back to back. Realistically, the owners didn't decide to spend the money to not do back to back.
He wanted them players.
He wanted the back to back. He brought in the best players. He brought in the best players, Isak and all of them guys for back to back, not for nothing else. So he should be sacked. He should be sacked. He failed the pass.
I think he could be sacked. Not now, but I think he could be sacked.
No, but the standard is different. Like when you're talking about a team like Liverpool, the standard is different.
It's not like us.
You're performing for results. We are performing for the vibe. They are performing.
I know you're right. Yeah.
100%. So they cashed in and they've gone backwards. So he deserves to get sacked. No top team will keep a manager.
Did you hear the story? I know it's just irrelevant to what we're talking about. Did you hear the story about Maresca going to the City? There's a rumor. I read this morning that apparently Maresca at Chelsea could go to Man City, and I heard he's having problems with the owner at Chelsea. Like I can't remember what the exact details are, and apparently Man City haven't commented, but the from journalists this morning was that he could go to Man City if Pep leaves. So maybe Pep might go in like a year. I don't know. Maybe he might leave in the season. And then
Maybe this is
Maresca,
his last title, and he's gonna get the Guard of Honor. Because I actually still believe Man City, maybe it's false hope, is going to win this league.
They're only 2 points off the top now. So.
100%, they have to. They have to.
Haaland.
Yeah.
But anyway, about the actual Liverpool game.
Can I be honest with you? Maresca would be a good coach for them as well, you know.
I think he'll do well at City, to be honest.
But I also think it's going to be a drop. There's going to be a drop off because it's like Pep Guardiola is that guy.
Yeah.
You know what? Can I be honest with you? It might sound outrageous that I'm going to say this. Pep is the best manager to work to walk there. He's better than Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah, 100%.
Not Jose or Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, no, better than the man. Yeah, I actually believe that.
Okay,
look at his career, man. No, but just look at his career. Understand his career. It speaks volumes, man. Come on, like.
The only thing with Pep that makes me question it a little bit, I'm not saying he's about, by the way, I agree with he's like top 3, top 4, is because he's not really managed like a team that's like an underdog.
A dead team. Yeah. He's the manager with the silver spoon. He's the manager with the silver spoon and gets and gets the best like. Go for it.
Italy, right? Serie A, and he managed one of like, I don't know,
Porto or someone like that, like a Jose Mourinho. Yeah. Like Porto or something. Yeah.
And he went and won the league like that, against when he's an underdog. I'll be like, cool. Because the thing with Jose is because Jose went to like Inter Milan, and he won the trophy.
Inter Milan, Yeah. No. Look, you're totally right. It's just for me.
No, you can't. It's not your opinion, man. Like, don't worry. A lot of people say it's not just you. Like,
you know what? Pep is just a different.
He changed football. Anyway,
he always changes football. Think about it. He sets the trends, and then other teams copy.
Yeah.
The defender in the midfield, the right back turning into the back. Yeah, bro. It starts from Pep. He's setting the standard. Talking about a goal.
I agree. I see your point of view of it. I just prefer, like, I see, I guess, a different way, like a manager going to like an underdog team and doing it there, and then manager doing different systems based on players he has. Which is why I always side with Jose. But Jose's finished now anyway. Jose's not the same manager he was.
Yeah, man. It's a shame that his you know what? He should have retired earlier. You know what? His end of jobs have kind of like fucked up his history.
But like, I agree because I'd be interested to see where Pep goes. I think he might take a year off. You know, Pep. He's been.
You know what? If I was Pep, I'll be honest with you. If I was Pep, and if all of these rumors are true, I would retire from football.
You think you just leave?
Or do the unthinkable, take over Real Madrid. That would be a villain story.
That would be like you don't remember. Do you know what happened years ago? Yeah, like Luis Figo. You know who Figo is.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said take over Real Madrid. That would be a villain story. I know, bro. Yeah. Listen, I might be a young, but bro, trust me. Them years were the best years of football.
I'm not attacking you yet, but like a lot of people your age, they don't know about these players, bro. Like they don't.
Bro, you know what it is, isn't it? They haven't touched grass.
Yeah.
Figo, bro. You know how sick, bro, he is, bro. Listen, I wish I was born in that time,
bro. Like, and then I used to watch that.
Watching players like Richarlison and Brennan Johnson.
Hey,
come on, man,
bro. So every Friday night, they used to have like Liga games, right? Back to back. I think Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Show Barcelona and Real Madrid. So, mate, that's how I used to watch my dad. Ronaldinho, Figo, Zidane. Like, I actually got to watch these players. I was young, but I remember, bro, because it's like, I still watch highlights.
You know what football is? You know what? Yeah. You know what? That in that period, football was football. You know, like you would go to the playground and just kick the ball around and show your skills. That was football back in the day. Now football is tactics, dramatic, going back, pragmatic, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You got players with you've got players with abundance of skill, but will never do the skill. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Because it's all about a system. I blame Pep for that as well. Pep broke football as well. Let's keep it real. Pep, Pep. Pep broke football.
I know I hate to bring up this player because we're talking about it. You know, Thierry Henry. I have to admit, I watched a lot of his interviews, and he spoke about his time at Barcelona. Obviously, at Arsenal, he was given like freedom to do whatever he wanted, pretty much. Yeah. So apparently, he went to Barcelona.
He went to Barcelona, and he went to play with Lefty. I've heard this. I've watched it.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, cuts inside, score the goal. Apparently, Pep was
was angry. He was pissed off. But you know what is, isn't it? Pep broke football in that sense, in terms of now it's all system. It's like robotic. You pass to you, I pass to you. He goes there, he goes there, he goes there. Yeah,
cool. That position.
The period when the period we were talking about is when you got a player. There's no system. There's no system. You do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna take you to the shops. And he would go through the whole team, and then, bro, you know what? This is why none of us, like none of my degenerate, like even me, I never got to watch. Look, I think the closest was probably Cristiano Ronaldo. Was there any more? Gareth Bale, around Gareth Bale time.
That's when it started ending. That's when it started ending.
Yeah, that was the ending. That was the ending. That was not even a start. That was the ending of the players.
2014, that sort of time was like the end of that sort of.
See, so I religiously say this today. If you were to say to me who was my favorite Tottenham player, I have it's not even Gareth Bale. I have two in it, but I have two for two different reasons. But I class two of them as one player.
Oh, okay.
Lennon, and Townsend. I class them as the same player. Yeah, like either. They were one of my favorite players, and Jermaine Defoe. Jermaine Defoe was one of my favorite players. But Jermaine Defoe was strictly for striking bases. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
You know, he was a bit of like a streets player because the way he used to play was very like. We won't Jermaine Defoe was like Ronaldinho. Players like that, Zidane. I don't think they'll exist anymore. You know, that's the problem.
Oh, I forgot one crazy player, Moussa Dembele, man, and that is for his happy feet, keeping the ball. Like if I was to say like my best players, Lennon and Townsend were for the speed, bro. Aaron Lennon, what a fast! He was a fidget spinner. Bro, he would take you to the spot, go back. Even Townsend was a fidget spinner as well.
I met Townsend. Anyway, I'll show you the picture. I met him once. He's a nice guy. Actually. You know, he's half secret, like me. Like he's half secret.
Okay.
But Lennon, man, maybe don't remember this. And you know, he scored the winning goal against Chelsea in 2005 or 6. Oh no, 2007.
I can't remember that.
That was the first
I was
time
born,
we
but
beat
I
Chelsea
can't
in
remember.
like 10 years. That was the first time we beat Chelsea in like 10 years. I was at that game. It was mad. We beat Jose 2-1.
My life of Lennon is later on. So the latest season.
Redknapp.
Redknapp, yeah. Around Redknapp time. Just after Redknapp as well.
Yeah. A little bit of ABB and then obviously
Yeah.
But anyway, on this game on Saturday, Saturday evening, afternoon, whatever. What are you thinking? Because we're talking about AVB, I might as well bring this up. So a lot of people were saying if we get battered, you know, like 5-0, 4-0, whatever.
You're gonna get sacked before.
Remember AVB? Remember AVB? He got sacked after we got bounced by Liverpool. Yeah. Do you think he'll get possibility he might get sacked?
Realistically, no. You know what? Look, I'm gonna say this again. Look, I think he actually deserves to be sacked. The performances are not good. Yeah, let's keep it. But
My favorite
the
team,
only
Spurs, by the way. For real.
the
It's not
only
like Red
reason
Naps.
why I'm not saying sack him and just keep him is because we can't. We need to give him the year. We actually realistically have to give him the year. If the year goes and it's awful, then pull the trigger. But it's not going to do us any good sacking him before the end of the season, in my opinion. So we have to look in my stance. I'm only backing him blindly, literally blindly. And you're gonna say yeah, but like that's not a way to support. Realistically, I am Frank out. If you think about it like that, I am technically Frank out. But I'm not going to say Frank out because I just don't think it's going to help the situation that we're under. I need Frank to show me why I need to back him. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I need Frank to show me a little bit for me to take a little bit. Do you understand?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. I need to see a little bit. You know, but realistically,
well, Dan
it's not going to
List
help the situation.
Relegation battle looming if we keep Frank. He says.
Man, but you know, like I've been saying, I kept it abundant when when I first heard Frank was coming in, as you were here.
Yeah,
I was against all of that shit. All of the creators was telling me funny stories about it could be Poch 2.0 and all of this nonsense, man. Like generally, I saw it for what it was. It was a backward step. It was when you actually look at it. It's a backward step. Yes, Ange had to go. We all agree. I agree. We are all on the same boat. Yeah, but who we replace, bro? It was a backward step in my opinion. But look, let me be honest.
Do you see any hope for us on Saturday then, or not?
What, we're away? Yeah.
We're at home. No, we're at home.
Oh no, we're at home. Yeah, I am working. Yeah, I am working. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Do you see any hope with us to get anything out of the game?
You know what? I don't. It's hard for me to. It's hard for me to even see us score a goal because I actually don't know where it's going to come from. You know, when you constantly produce 0 XG, bro, it fucks with your mind.
But who are we relying on to create the XG? That's what I'm trying to ask you, right? So is it Xavi, Kudus, and that's it? That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like when I look at midfield, I'm like,
okay, cool. Instead of asking me the questions, you're the one that has more hope than me.
Yeah.
What's your expectations about this game? Because for me,
I think we'll lose by like 1 goal.
So you think we're gonna
lose like 2-1, 3-2, something like that? Yeah.
You think we're gonna keep the mighty Liverpool out of our back of our net with Vicario in goal?
I'm gonna regret saying this. I hope I don't regret saying this, but it's not that the Liverpool, saying Liverpool spoke out their problems, but like
it's not the West. It's not the Wolves. Listen. Remember, you say this, isn't it? We say the same thing. Oh, it's only Wolves. They're last in the table. Slapped us. Oh, it's only Nottingham Forest. They had 2 managers basically behind us. Slapped us.
I thought it'd be a difficult game, but I thought we'd get a draw. But we obviously lost. So. Because Forest midfield is better than us, man. They got Sangare, Anderson, who's been sick since he joined Newcastle.
Yeah,
they got Wyatt. Like that midfield eats us up, man. Our midfield is like Archie Gray.
Yeah, man.
And Xavi's still bedding into the league. That's the problem. Like, because in this game, like if we had Kulusevski, I would have put Kulusevski in. Yeah, they have woken up a bit recently. Yeah.
Look, let me be so honest with you. I can't see us winning. With our defensive shape and Vicario making a lot of mistakes, I can only see us losing.
Do you think he's going to give them another goal if he plays?
Sorry?
Do you think he's going to give them another goal if he plays?
Bro, I've already said I'm done with Vicario.
I know. I'm only asking if you think he's going to make another mistake if he plays. He's going to make another mistake, isn't he? Because he's responsible for 72% of our goals.
Realistically, Vicario's bad. Realistically, Vicario's bad in corner, like against corners as well. Let's make that clear. I can see Van Dijk, who hasn't been performing well, scoring. Yeah, I can see Van, and I can see Mo Salah shooting from outside the box.
Is Salah playing though? He's gone AFCON. Is he gone AFCON?
Oh yeah, he's gone AFCON. Yeah, yeah. I forgot it was AFCON. 100%. So no Salah.
So
interesting.
You've got Isak, Ekitike, who scored 2 goals last game as well. Ekitike got 2 goals. Gakpo. Gakpo's a down. Yeah, they got options, to be fair still.
You know what? But I can see us conceding a goal from like outside the box, just a long shot.
From like,
because we always do it though. Yeah, someone that just takes a long shot. I can see that happening. We've been conceding quite a lot of them type of shots, and I can see that happening. I can also see us conceding from a corner as well.
Van Dijk, man. I think you're right. He's probably, you know, Konate. You know, he's been rubbish all season. Watch, he'll play like prime flipping Ledley King or something.
But look, let me be honest with you. With a manager like Frank, what do you expect, man?
But again, I'll ask you though, who would you put in? Because Glasner ain't going to leave.
Why are you asking me? You're supporting him. You're supporting him. Why are you throwing the questions to me? Like,
for me, unfortunately, this is my opinion. Okay, I think
I already clearly said I'm only Franking blindly.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, in my opinion, right, we have so many problems. Like we're going through. I hate to say the phrase because Poch uses this phrase, and I hate to reference Poch because he's not been here for 8 years. You spoke about the painful rebuild, right? It's like we want the painful rebuild without the pain. Unfortunately, I think there's still a lot more pain left.
But the thing is, okay, cool. Then the question I'm going to ask you in it, because this has some sort of something to do with the rebuild. Wasn't we going through a rebuild on the edge? And wasn't that painful?
The first year we were doing the rebuild. I don't know about the second because we're buying kids in the second summer, basically. So I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do with Ange, to be honest. I even when he joined, I don't know what they were trying to do because he don't stay for more than 2 years at a club.
Yeah.
So I don't really know.
You know, see, this is the thing. This is what I would have loved to see in it. Although I wanted Ange gone, like I mentioned, and look, I obviously changed my mind and saying give him another, give him until Christmas. I would have liked this to happen personally. You know, look, personally, I didn't want Frank. I wanted Glasner. Cool. If Glasner wasn't on the tables, I personally would have just kept Ange until Christmas. You know, by that time, you're talking about potentially Pochettino coming back. Think about it, because like. He's going to be available next year.
Next summer, I know next summer.
Next summer, right? So if we should have
as well.
Yeah. Oh, even better. You know what I'm talking about. But okay, cool. If Glasner's available next summer, why didn't we just keep Ange?
But we didn't know Glasner would be available next summer because it's only been announced like 2 days ago that he's not.
We need Pochettino. Okay, let's just suggest if Pochettino is high on the candidates list of us next being like if that's the next manager we're going for, because the fan base are saying it. Like when I'm looking online on Twitter, it seems like 95% of the fan base want Poch back.
Well, they do.
You know,
I know.
Yeah,
and you watch the streams, they do want Poch back. I mean, I think a lot of it's nostalgia, to be honest.
100%, yeah, cool. So, if that is the narrative, why sack a manager? Why sack Ange? For you then to sack Frank? And this is the thing: you brought in Frank with his management team.
It was coaches. I know.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? Why not just keep Ange until the next summer? Give him that year. Give him the grace period of, he won the cup. Cool. this next year, even if it's good, bad,
think
we
the
don't know.
problem
He might
is-
even do better.
The problem is, TJ,
Okay.
I respect your opinion. My problem with it is someone who watched a lot of Spurs, growing up. Under Ramos, we won the Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what followed was we got 2 points from 8
We
games.
completely.
And then
100%. I know that. That's the
For me, it
narrative
was
that
like
goes around all the time.
PTSD. For me, it was like PTSD on like, especially because
No,
we finished 17.
I totally understand that. No, I totally understand that. But what I'm trying to say, as a multi-million pound company, this is a big company, not no small company. If
I
the
know.
motion is for Pochettino to take over,
To come back.
which it looks like that's what the narrative they want to go by. Like it seems like everybody wants Pochettino. Personally, at this point, I was saying I didn't want Pochettino because it's taking a step backwards, but we already took the step backwards. So for me, Pochettino is a step forward now. Remember what I was saying? Remember when we were saying, "Oh, who do we want other than if I think this is the first season when we were saying Anjao and all of that, right? Cool. We were saying who realistically do we want? And then we were talking about Poch, we were talking about all of these players because we've had these conversations. And I was saying, realistically, I think that's a step down. I was like, we need to move forward from it. Now, I'm actually saying,
I'm not you. Yeah. I'm not you.
Now,
I didn't want that.
Yeah. Now I'm at the point where this is a step down. Pochettino is a step forward. At least Pochettino knows what it is to be Spurs.
See, the thing with Poch, right? And the reason I wrap Glasner and Poch is because they're both available in the summer, right? So Glasner, I'm not saying he'll be bad for like me and you. We'll be happy with Glasner, yeah.
Yeah.
My worry with Glasner is, you know how fan base is like tapped. What they'll do is the first 3-6 months, say we do well, and bear in mind Glasner plays 3 at the back. All his teams, I think, have played 3-4-3 basically, yeah. So what our fans will do is we'll go for a spell of bad results. And they'll be like, he's too negative. He should ditch the back 5. Because remember, under Conte, we were playing a back 5 under Jose because they don't like it. It's even shown under Frank. They don't want to see the back 5. But Glasner's basically played that formation his whole time at Palace. And also, Nuno played that. And don't get me wrong, I didn't want Nuno, but out of respect, he played that back 5 at Wolves. He comes to Spurs. Paratici insists he plays a 4. So I'm like, he's been playing in a formation he knows really well for like 3 years. Comes to talk, we want to change him. So we want the manager, but we want him to change the style he plays. And our fans will turn on him. I'm not saying you will or I will. We see it differently, yeah. But a lot of our fans, because I've seen what they've done with Conte and Jose and playing negative football. They'll perceive it as negative football. Well, so that's what I'm scared about with Glasner. I'm not saying I don't want him. I'm just saying, but with Poch,
so look, I'll be honest with you.
He'll win over like the whole fan base pretty much because he'll
you know
come
what
back.
we need right now? We need someone that knows. Oh, sorry. I keep cutting you out. Carry on.
Sorry, man. And then like with Poch, the reason you're right is because our fan base is obsessed with playing attacking football, and Poch, I'd imagine, will come to Spurs, and they maybe in their heads they think they're going to bring back Harry Kane. I don't know about that, and then he'll play this more like attacking football because they see Frank as like defensive, right? So, and obviously they've got the nostalgia of Poch, so it'll be emotional as well, right? So, Poch is a solution. I mean, in terms of like pleasing everyone, but my worry with Poch is he the solution to like take us to where we want to go? I don't know. Does that make sense? Yeah.
See, this is why realistically, and a lot of the fan base is going to disagree with me on this point, innit? But this is why I'm now looking at the whole works of things. Now I know what's gone on from past 6 months from Ange getting sacked and all of this, right? No matter who we appoint, it's going to be a step down. When I say a step down, look, although it's a step up from Frank, it's a step down from our goals, what we were trying to achieve. Because realistically, at least this is why I have a bit more respect for Ange than most fans. I think I'm probably a select few fans that
you are
speak highly about Ange, yeah? And it's weird coming out of my mouth, because I set a standard and I say you have to break that standard. It's not good enough, And look, like I said, we already know. I can carry on saying it. It was not good enough losing that many matches. It was not good enough. Well, at least to be a standard. The narrative is we did win a cup in it, and for me, I think this is how I define success. Success is defined by trophies, silverware, and I rather lift silverware than be where we are right now. Like in terms of, I rather see us win, like lift silverware yearly. Like, you get where I'm coming from? I want us to be a real competitor at the highest honors. Realistically, we're so far from how we would like Tottenham to be. This is just my personal view. But Ange kind of like set a standard. Do you understand where I'm coming from? We've never had a standard. This is why our club is run differently. We keep saying we're the top six, we're part of the top six. We've never been run like the top six.
No.
We're not. Like,
I saw you saying that on Spurs games. I know. I agree with you. Yeah,
we need to get over
the revenue.
Yeah, no, but we need to get over that. We need to get 100%. I strongly believe this. We need to get out of our asses. Sometimes we define ourselves based on how rich we are and how beautiful our stadium is and how good this is, that is. But when push comes to shove, you're just lying to yourself, because we're not moving like a big team. We've never been. Well, I can say we've never been a big team, because this is based on, look, history. This is, I get into arguments with my uncle, and we will never agree on this. We can go back and forth. You might disagree, right? You might disagree. You might agree with my uncle. You see, when you say history, heritage, all of that.
Heritage, football heritage.
Can I tell you this, innit? I always say, fuck the heritage, man. That's not my heritage. I wasn't there. I don't know it. I wasn't about it. Yeah? I'm stuck. The reason why I'm a fan, this is just me. I'm not saying you have to accept everything I'm saying. You can disagree with all of it. I can be wrong. You know what I'm talking about. But my heritage didn't start from the good old days. I never saw us do all of that. But personally, that heritage is not me. Yeah, just because I support the club, that was the past. The past is the past. The present is present. Realistically, we are not top six. We haven't been a top six club for a very long time. And you can say, we finished in the top half many
X number of times.
Achieved what? And achieved what? Being a part of that top six means you compete on front to front. I can tell you, that top six where we talk about Arsenal, they compete on top to top. Their history tells you. But their history actually tells them they're even right now competing. They are competing, right? Whether they might not have won it. They're competing, right? But their history tells them they compete. Man United, whether they're not the club as they are then, but they compete. They compete every single year. They competed in their worst season against us to win the Europa League. Cool.
But a lot of it comes from like you spoke about heritage. For example, you look at Chelsea. I think they're a great example to use here, because they kind of changed the mindset of the club because of one man or two people. So
we did. We saw Van der Ven's. Sorry, you can carry on. Let me just respond to that. Yeah, I saw Van der Ven's interview, man. Listen, he's not a Tottenham player no more, man. He said it how I said it. How can a board? This is the thing I said on Spurs Teams TV. In fact, I would suggest you watch it. I said, how can a board decide to make a decision against the mass number of players? Now, look, as fans, we have our views, but our views are jack shit. Let's keep it buck. Jack shit. It's not gonna affect, because realistically, it's a business. We need to look at it from a
Well,
business
TJ,
perspective.
they're gonna watch Hasper TV and something think, well, he said to point Glasner, we're gonna go point Glasner because Harry said it on stream like the other day. They don't care, bro.
They
Is
don't.
that what you mean it? Right? That's how I see it anyway.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't care about our views. No, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
But realistically, the people that are within the club and in the actual spotlight and actually dealing with the players and dealing with the managers and like being in the environment, they're gonna make decisions based on that. And time after time, it's not just Vicario's just done a recent interview. How many other players have come out and said how devastated since Ange got sacked, how devastated they were? Pedro Porro was one of them. I know Madders said something. I know generally they were all shocked. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't be sacked. I'm not saying that. Look, the narrative would whenever I speak about it, the narrative would always be like, "Yo, man, it's done, whatever." Yeah, but we have to talk about it. We have to carry on talking about it because every decision has built up to this.
So what you're saying is
they made the decision. Go for it.
Even though we wanted anyway. Dan's saying TJ out. Anyway,
yeah, TJ out.
So what you're saying is, as fans, we wanted, like a lot of us wanted Ange to leave, right? But the club needs to make a decision based on like the other factors, which is why I've referenced. You know, the way you say it with Ange now is how I referenced the Poch thing, because our fans all want Poch back. Yeah,
100%.
We can bring back Poch. Yeah, it's fine. I think it could happen. Even flirting with us, sort of. I don't know if you watched some of his interviews. Lately. Flirting will come back to the Premier League. Yeah, he wants to manage in the Premier League. So clearly talking about us, I think we can bring him back. But is he going to suddenly solve all our problems? Like, it might please the fans for 2 years. It might please the fans for 2 years. But will it solve the problem of the club itself? Like, I don't think so. I don't know. I've got my reservation.
No. It won't solve no problems in it. I'm just gonna turn my camera off. I need to go take a piss in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my bro. I'm at work in it. I literally have to take my phone
into the toilet. Yeah. Yeah, but is Poch the guy to hash him? Do you think Poch is the guy to like come in and do this new project? Yeah, TJ will be back in a minute. So if we were to get rid of Frank, who would you bring in? Let me know in the chat. Who would you bring in if we're going to get rid of Frank? That's okay. Yeah.
Yo, sorry about that, my friend. Yeah. No. What we was talking about, Poch, innit? Cool. Look, I totally understand how the reason why a lot of fans want Poch, and even now, like even when we were having that discussion about a year and a half ago, talking about
2 years ago as well.
around 2 years ago about Poch coming back in, you know, at that time I said it was a backward step. But see, all of these small things, it's because they made a rash decision. Realistically, Sakanj, I'm for it, yes. I'm agreeing, and I've said it 1,000 times. But it's bring in the right appointed manager, a manager with experience in because you can tell he has no experience in this type of situation. Frank, let's be honest here. Frank is usually the underdog.
Yeah, he is. You're right. He is.
He is. So when he's actually planning to go against a team, he's setting up to be targeted. Think about it. Tottenham is not Brentford and Brighton. Didn't I say that was my biggest concern? We're going to turn into Brentford Brightons of this world. And what are we? Brentford Brightons of this world. Of this world. I did say this. I said this is why I was against it.
Yeah,
We're sitting back. That was my biggest fear. My biggest fear by sacking. You see, you sack someone, but you don't go backwards. We've gone backwards. We have. We definitely have, man. But yeah, I think Pochettino will bring harmony to Tottenham.
The fan base. The fan base. Yeah.
For a lot of people, one thing that Poch can do that other managers can't, we will give him time. You see how I'm saying I'm blindly supporting Frank? You know, you can give me reasons of what I promise you, I'm putting my hands up. I don't know why. I'm scared of the ripple effect. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So I want to give him at least a year.
Yeah.
You know,
so say we
I want him.
Do you think?
Where do we go?
We
will get relegated. No, we will get relegated. Yeah, no, I think we'll get relegated if we was to sack Frank. I'm unsure we could get a good enough manager or a manager that could keep us afloat.
Do you think there's a problem mentally with the players in the sense that obviously you referenced the players being unhappy with the change, but do you think it's another issue in the fact that because I was watching Ben Kaufman's channel, big up to him, and he made a really good point. I had it on in the background, so big up Ben. I don't know if you're watching this, but big up because so he was talking about how Ange was very undetailed in terms of like how he prepared for games, how he would get a team ready and say, "I'll just play the same way every game." And another thing he asked the players about the opinions, and the players admitted themselves kind of that they were more defensive against Frankfurt. I don't know if you saw the part of the interview when he mentioned that Van de Ven. He said the players kind of were told you're leading them. He said to them, so it was mainly I don't know anyway, but that's not the point. But he also said, Ben, that because Frank is very, very detailed, right? His preparation is extremely detailed.
I'm listening still.
Do you think part of the reason that we're struggling is that there's a massive mental load on the players and information to like take in? And when they spent 2 years taking almost no information, and suddenly they're taking
I actually really disagree with that.
I'm just something I'm putting up because Ben made
no. It's a good theory to put out there. Yeah,
it's actually Frank was too detailed. Actually, if you're reading, that's what
it's a good theory to put out there. But I disagree with that stance only for this one particular reason, because most of our players are not as bad as what we are saying they are. You know, if you look in our squad, we have World Cup winners. You know, we have international players that have played at a decent level, you know, and let's keep a buck. Richarlison is a Premier League, whether he's a good Premier League striker, he's Premier League. He has Premier League experience, you know. Most of our squad, even Brennan Johnson, you know, they've been in the Premier League. They understand what it takes to be in the Premier League. It's not as bad as what we're seeing, right? But you know what? see if you watch Spurs Kings the day I was
I've
on,
rewatched it again
R1 made a
afterwards.
yeah, definitely watch it again, because I think there was a lot of good points that everybody had, even DK had a few points, but this is where we kind of like disagreed in terms of, because R1 made a very good point, and I actually believe this as well, because now even when you're looking at the players react to the manager, you're actually seeing it. It's not the first time we've seen it. It's like now the second time, third time. You know, Spence and Van der Ven walking off, not giving respect to Frank and that. Yeah. So what R1 said, I don't actually see Frank as a you know, like physical, I will run through the wall for you manager. You know what I'm talking about? You know that. And not all managers demand respect, but if you actually look at our top managers, Conte, Mourinho's not one of them. But what I'm trying to say is, sorry,
he was brutal. Sir Alex Ferguson was brutal, man. Did you not?
Yeah, no, but I'm just talking about the manager. I'm just talking about managers that have managed us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant sorry.
Yeah, but you can even say Sir Alex and all of this Pep, you know. But I'm just talking about
managers. Yeah,
but like Pep, you know, like Conte, Mourinho, you got what is it called? Some sort of respect for many managers. Poch, you know, I can go on. You know, Redknapp, you know, I can go on in it. But you could tell the players have some form of respect, or like us on. There's some like they're not going to get bullied in the changing room. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, I feel like Frank is the type of guy that insecurity is not. I wouldn't say he's insecure, because that's the wrong word to put in it. And I think he has his ways of dealing with the overload, right? But it's like these players don't respect him, and it's proven. It's actually proven. The reason why I'm saying the players don't respect him. Cool. I'm just going to list a few events. Basuma being late, doing balloons, doing all of this, right? You can say that's Basuma's character, right? But someone that cares about doing and getting exposed wouldn't expose their flaws, right? Whether it's right or wrong, forget it. Yeah, it's wrong. He's an idiot for doing it. But what I'm trying to say, it just shows there's no respect. Think about it.
He's been kicked out of the squad though because he came late. I don't know how many times it
100%.
was. He kicked out of the
squad. But he clearly doesn't respect what Frank wants.
He doesn't train with the players, I don't think.
Cool.
Basuma don't train with the rest of them.
You got Spence now. Spence has shown disharmony multiple times.
No, I know it's been like an example. I know Spence is a good example. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
During this difficult period, hear me out. During this difficult period, just having respect for your manager. Think about your manager as your sensei. So obviously, I studied karate years ago. Yeah, your sensei is more like your father. Yeah, this is how it's your leader. Yeah, it's your guy. It's your commander and like chief. You know, you will die for him, and he will die for you. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, let's be real. During this difficult period, the Van der Ven interview wasn't needed at this period. It wasn't. Let's be honest with you. It's putting fuel in the fire. And look, if Van der Ven, let's be so real. If Van der Ven had any respect or some sort of maybe I'm pulling out grapes here, but like the questions that were asked in the interview, he would have worded it a bit differently. Do you understand? Have you watched it?
The only wrong thing about referencing an interview for me is that it could have been recorded like 6 months ago. The issues I have is the Spence thing.
6 months ago. Well, hold on 1 minute. Hear me out. If it was recorded, wait 1 second before you go on. If it were recorded 6 months ago, that was when Frank is coming into the building, my friend. That's even worse. That's disrespect.
No, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is I don't know when it happened. That's what I'm trying to say. But I think the more of the issues I have is not the actual interview. I've seen worse. Obviously, we saw the Harry Kane one in 2021. But like, it's more like, you know, the Spence issue and the Van der Ven issue. You know, when they came off, do you remember when they came off? They didn't shake his hand or something.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I would reference as like disrespect. But I think the problem is is that we don't know how much the players like Ange, but obviously we wanted Ange to go, right? So, and
Cool.
like, you know, like Pochettino, when Poch was sacked, right?
Yeah.
There were a lot of unhappy players because obviously Poch was like their father, like you referenced the father, the father, sorry, analogy. I'll say it.
Yeah, the chief, you know, the sensei, the leader, you know? Yeah, 100%.
I think
I know.
my issue is there's different ways to lead, I think. Like, I think we see leaders, and I'm like you, I see leaders like Conte, Jose, to be like brutally honest with the players they have and say, look, you got to play this way or you're out my team, basically, sort of thing. But unfortunately, nowadays, that sort of leadership is like, I just don't think it, I don't know how much it really exists, to be honest, anymore. Mainly because of the culture we're in.
No, Pep is honest. Pep is honest. If he doesn't like a player, he says, fuck off.
I don't see him doing like what Jose and like Conte. You remember the Costa thing, Diego Costa thing?
Yeah.
You remember
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying Pep isn't a leader. I'm saying he's a leader in a different way. So what I'm saying is they had a certain type of leadership on the end, which whatever it was, I don't know what it was. In a sense, maybe they respect him because he was. But I think the problem Frank has, if we're talking about the lack of leadership or like them not respecting him, is Frank came from Brentford, right? And the players might view him as like less a status.
As a downstep. No, but it's true. It is a downstep because look, let's keep it. But put yourself in Frank's shoes, yeah, or not just Frank's shoes. Put yourself as a manager's shoes. Yeah. The disrespect that my main players want, like for Van de Ven. Look, he walked past him, didn't shake his hand. He's now done an interview. He clearly there's no respect there, man. Let's be so honest with you. Let's keep the buck moving, yeah. How would you? That's one of your main defenders. Well, this is what we're seeing. Look, there could be more, you know. But from the surface level, we're only seeing this from the outside looking in, right? If one of your main defenders is like moving like that, there's disharmony in the dressing room.
But
look at this, yeah. And one more thing before you go on leadership. Hold on, one more thing before you go on leadership. Xavi Simons posted something on Instagram as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
I there's more. Basically, it's something on the lines of it was on Spurs Kids TV. It was something on the lines of it's difficult, or there's more work to be done. It's like it's more deeper than something like it's more deeper than what I saw or something like this, you know. That's him saying, damn, like I've kind of been lied to, you know. Look at the comment, read the comment. I took it like
find it again because I can't remember where it was.
It's probably on Twitter, man.
No, I'm saying I just find his the story quote again, like you're talking about, because I saw it, but I can't remember what it said. But what I'm saying is, for example, I look back at like Redknapp, who was like a lot older than a lot of the players we had at the time. He had a lot of players knew about him and respected him because of his previous experience. It's like Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
You know how much I like Dyche? Because he's had so much experience at different clubs, keeping them up. He's a very sort of type of character. You know what I mean?
This is what I'm trying to say. He demands respect. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You don't. He doesn't have to do anything. He all he has to do is walk into a room, and because his CV has such a big in it. Yeah, you're like, raw. You've done this. There's respect. Yeah, cool. With Frank, yes, he's kept Brentford up. Yeah, he brought them from the thing, but he don't have no history. Think about it like that.
But what I'm saying is, you can respect someone based on like competence, but I'm saying because of Frank's most of Frank's experience in England was at one club. So, for example, say he spent like 2 years at Everton, 3 years at Brentford, 2 years at Sunderland. I'm just reading off names, right? And he managed to say one of them in Europe, one of them in mid-table when they were meant to get relegated. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think the players maybe perceive him differently. But I think where it counts against him, and maybe it's not even his fault, because he was doing well at Brentford, which is why they kept him, because he spent most of his majority of time at one club, yeah, maybe the players
Yeah,
don't
yeah, I'm
respect him
listening.
because like they think he's only just about kept Brentford mid-table, let's say, and
Yeah,
but I don't know
yeah.
how much emotionally attached they were to Ange. Like I don't know, I wasn't there, so because we spoke about how what we want is different to what the players might want, isn't it? So
No, look, you are right in that way in terms of like,
I think he makes a good
I,
point, by the way. Hashim,
oh,
you
I,
read the comment. Yeah.
you're gonna have to read it. Sorry, I can't see it.
He
It's
goes,
like
the Frank move, because he's a Chelsea fan, just for context. He goes, the
Yeah, I
Frank
know.
move just reminds me of when we got Potter. The players had little or zero respect for the gaffer. Because Potter's only experience was in Brighton before that, wasn't it? Basically.
Yeah, no, but you can see it though. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. It's hard to. It's quite hard to put words to it, but he doesn't give me that vibe of like, yo, I can't mess about with you. And look, it just proves when Basuma is messing about, he don't care.
Mm.
He doesn't
But
care.
I see that different because he bombed him out the squad, so he's not his responsibility anymore. I think my issue is more the handshake thing, because in football, obviously, when the game ends, he shakes all the hands of the players, right? That's just how it is. And because they didn't shake his hand, it's a bit. I can see why people will perceive it that way, and it's probably right. But with the other stuff, I don't know. I don't like Savi's post. I
No,
don't
you know
know.
what? But then put yourself in Basuma's shoes as well. Yeah, like for me, this is a narrative I'm going to paint. Look,
Okay.
I think Basuma's the idiot, but this is a narrative. Cool. You're late to your workplace because this is his workplace. You're late to your workplace.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on in his life, but you're late to your workplace. For his punishment, he said, "Fuck you! You're not coming to PSG or wherever we play PSG." Yeah. In the result of that, you've down tools. That's what he did. Let's keep it real. He did do this, whether he's right or wrong. He made that decision. But in result of that, you've down tools us, and this particular game we could have won, but we didn't have the right players to put on the pitch. Let's keep it real, yeah. Then a lot of other people say no, but Basuma needs to act differently. Yeah, he gets paid a lot. Cool, whatever. Yeah, man, I've been late to work. I don't get punished like that. Cool, whatever. Yeah, cool. Yeah. But you're thinking, raw, like let me just make it clear. Let me just make the narrative clear. Before you even came into my club, Mr. Frank, I was one of the reasons why we're playing this match. For you to take that away from me, that's disrespect. 0 for the 0 no code. So fuck you, bro. That's what he said. I'm gonna smoke my cigar, my spliff or my balloon. I'm gonna do the balloons. I don't care. I'm not playing for you. I'm gonna make my money. This is what I'm saying, the narrative of Basuma, right? Yeah. I'm gonna do my balloons. I'm not playing. You clearly don't want me. I'm clearly not a part of your plans, right? Yeah. You made it clear that by me being late, whether it's the only thing that I would say, I think Frank made I've always said this. I believe being late, we don't know what happened that particular day. Why he was late, right? But realistically, he deserves to be punished. I'm not saying he doesn't, but to punish him and to leave him out in one of our biggest games in our history. Think about it. Think about it like that. Champion of the world. Think about it. He left us out in his biggest game. You know, the game where every timber after the season we had, think about it. After the season, 22 losses. Yeah, this is just a narrative I'm painting. Yeah, cool. So Basuma's like, bro, you clearly left me out. So fuck you, bro. I'm not gonna work for you. I'm not even gonna listen. I'm gonna do my thing. You can do your thing. I'm gonna smoke the balloons. So be it. That's the
But do you
narrative I'm
think?
painting.
Do you think on the flip side to this, because obviously he's throwing out the respect and we want respect. Do you think Frank, I hate to put it this way, can earn the respect of the players in a way or not? Do you think he can do it? Like, is there a way he can salvage it? If you
Nah,
we're
you know
thinking
what
this
it is, isn't it? Yeah. Respect. See, I'm a big believer in respect. I respect you. If you show me respect, I show you respect.
Yeah,
You break that
yeah.
respect, fuck you, bro. Someone has to break the respect first, innit? For me to say fuck you, innit? But I'll be honest with you. This is how it goes, innit? Frank has broken too many frictions in the dressing room. Now
Is that
it's
what you
obvious.
think?
Look, 110%. Obviously, on the face value of what we are seeing, we're only seeing the handshake, Van der Ven,
Yeah.
the what is it called? But we don't know deep inside the club how these lot feel. What? Because you've got get rid of him in January, bringing 100%. It's not about me saying keep Basuma. I didn't say nothing about that. I think he needs to go. Yeah, I just was painting a narrative there, just to make it clear in it.
You, bro. No
Sir?
one solves this problem getting relegated. This guy Levy has gone.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Let me. You know what it is as well, yeah. You know what it is, isn't it? For me, he's fallen out with a few players. We've only seen 2 on face value, 3 on face value.
Yeah, it could be.
We don't know. 100%. Look, Frank. Put it like this, my bro. Cool. This is how I see it. I see it like me and you, human beings. You know, forget football. Fuck football, man. Football don't matter. When you talk about respect, fuck football. You see how I made the narrative of Basuma? Of why he doesn't care, why he got caught twice, why he decided, because he don't care. He's not respect. He doesn't respect him. He's not going to play for him. You fucked up. Look, and let's keep it back. Basuma was one of the reasons why we got to the final. He's on the end on that last bit of that run. Basuma was a part of that. You know, he played phenomenally against, what was that team? I can't remember. But I was on Elijah's channel, you know, and we were praising Basuma. I remember. I do. There was a
Bodo Glint. Is it Bodo Glint?
I think it might have been one of them games, isn't it? One of them games going up to the final, man. But he was a part of the reason. One of them games, man. One of them games, isn't it? But he was. So I'm talking from the narrative of respect. For respect is out of football. This is real life now. This is like why Basuma's acting the way he's done. He got caught once. Now he doesn't care. He can get caught 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. He don't respect the brother. He don't respect. All he cares. Let's be so real now. All he cares about is making his bread and going about his business. Think about it. He doesn't care now. He lost. Once you lose respect, you wash your hands off someone.
Yeah.
So if you think of it in a narrative, Basuma has washed his hands off Tottenham. He doesn't care. The face value, Basuma is more like me. Speaks out. Well, he's not really speaking out, but in his way, bro, I'll make it known. Like, let's just say me and you beef, innit? Or you bring someone here, I'll be like you will see me staring him down, like I was staring down, bro, clear blatantly. Might not say nothing, might not, and you be like, why was she acting bare tense with it, bro? I don't like it. You know, that's how I move, innit?
But I see what you say that way because in like relationships, right? Say you've got a girl and there's stuff going on in your relationship that you don't want everyone to hear about. But what should she do? She goes and in the public says something in public about it or something.
100%.
She don't respect
you. He does. He clearly doesn't respect. Obviously,
in my head.
Obviously, as fans, see the path is this. When you're talking football only, the fans are seeing he's doing this and that and that, and yes, he is to blame. Yeah, he shouldn't be doing this. In my opinion, if you're getting paid that much money, You shouldn't be doing this, innit? Yeah, you're wasting your back, right? You're not smart. You're not wise enough. Think about it. But realistically, these guys have emotions, and these guys act like us. In the same way, I can see a bit of me in him. Let me be so honest with you. Look, I just broke down why Basima's moving like this. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, Basima, if Basima was me, and he's doing it out of spite. You know what? Can I be honest with you? The way I'm getting treated, they caught me again. I'm that petty person that will take a picture with the plug, me buying canisters. You know, like have NOS, you know the NOS thing? I'll be like, I'll just flex with it, bro. I'll flex with it.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, what is this idiot doing? But bro, that's my way of venting my anger. Because I can't beat the brother up. Yeah, I can't do nothing else, and I can't. So this is my way of like showing like what I've got. Like I don't care, bro. Yeah, you know what? In fact, let's make it very abundantly clear. The more I do this, the more I will cripple Tottenham, because it's harder to
respect to the club, basically. Yeah.
100%. So he's getting the way he wants. Like he's getting what he wants in terms of.
He's getting a reaction. That's probably because he's getting a reaction. He's getting what he wants. He's like, I've got the attention now.
100%. And you know what? This is the thing. He's not thinking about his career. He's thinking about. He's thinking about fucking this.
Frank.
I want to piss off Frank. I want to piss off Tottenham. You know, I want to piss off all these people that fucked me over. We don't know this. We on the scheme of things, we're just seeing him smoke balloons, and we have a narrative. We made a narrative that is unserious, and all of this and all of that. You know, most people. You know, there was a study done. Most people that use drugs, tend to be depressed.
It's true.
Tend to be depressed.
I've seen it.
There's an actual study, like actually look at it's actually deep, isn't it? You know, they tend to do all these things to get away from the frustration. We don't know his mental capacity. Some people are not wired like me and you, not strong-minded, you know. Some people, and you know, you need to also talk about. We talk about these players having it so easy in life, you know. None of them have seen struggle. Let's be so real.
So when they get dropped, it's like they don't know how to react. I mean, some of them have seen struggle because some of them come out the hood, but you know what I mean, in like other places like that.
But none of them. Dan, I know you're commenting, but I honestly can't read what you're saying because it's so tiny.
I'll read it.
Yeah.
What you're saying, I'll read it and then
Yeah, go for it.
No, you finished with Basuma, sorry.
Oh, yeah, cool. So, no. So, from the grand scheme of things, Basuma is just one person that spoke out. Now we're seeing Van der Ven and Spence. Bro, listen, we don't know how many people have lost faith within it. Maybe the performances we're seeing right now is because they lost faith with this management.
You just don't know.
We don't know. But what we can actually tell is he clearly is struggling to manage big characters in the dressing room.
Even if you look back at like Harry Kane in some ways, because he wouldn't play under Nuno because he didn't respect Nuno, I guess.
He didn't.
Years ago, but
no, he didn't. What was Harry Kane's move? How did he exit? How did he get his exit? What did he do? Explain to me.
Chat with Gary Neville, wasn't it?
Done the chat, Gary Neville chat, and leaked. Bro, listen. You see, if you have respect. Remember, these guys, and you need to understand, the players have a bigger power than Frank right now. The reason being, these players like Van der Ven and Spence have been with the team for about 2 years, 3 years. I think Van der Ven is 3 years, yeah.
It's the third year now. Third year, I suppose.
Yeah. When you play football as well, bro, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
You play football. You play football with the same guys usually, or is it different people?
Yeah. Most of the time, the same people.
Most of the time, the same people, right? Cool. What's your experience with them guys? You're close. You understand how they move. You understand what person sweats, what person farts, what person is smelly, bro. If you're good friends, all of these factors play into a part. So now, Spence and Van der Ven not shaking the hand and not on doing this interview. These guys are definitely talking to his boys and saying, "Yo, man, you're right, man." Some of them are agreeing, some of them are disagreeing. Some of them on the fence, like the younger ones, like the Bergvals and them ones, and Archie Grays. These ones don't want to pick a side because if they pick a side, they're gonna be dropped in the under 21s. You know. Let's be real, that they're not good enough to play. But realistically, none of them are good enough to play. But realistically, the main heads in the dressing room, yeah, maybe they're not talking right now. We don't see it, but they are talking in their circles. After they got slapped against Nottingham Forest, bro. After they got slapped, but after they got slapped against Nottingham Forest, a bit of a Cario saying, like, even though I don't like my man, innit, yeah, he's saying like, bro, I've conceded this goal nearly 4 or 5 times. Look back on the tapes. Different games, he's conceded the same goal. This manager don't know it.
This drill, because you know the drill they did. Stell said that's a drill they would train on the training ground, right? So
R1 on Spurs King TV said this, innit? That is what the tactic is. You pass to the middle. Archie Gray goes like this and that, which I agree with. Yeah. After they get smacked 3-0 in their group chats or even in person, like, man, this Frank ball is awful.
Dead.
So you see how players react to their surroundings, and players react to certain. And look, let's be also honest. Let's be so honest with you. The narrative as well. Yeah, Basuma got freezed out of the squad. Yeah, Basuma has been a part of Tottenham for how long? How long? Nearly 4 or 5 years. Nearly 4 or 5 years.
So 2022. Yeah, 3 years to say, about 3 years.
3 years, yeah. He's one of a big part of Tottenham as well. He's a part of. You see, when we say leadership, these guys are all among each other. So there's gonna be players that are gonna be like, "Yo, no, they done you dirty here, man, friend." They're not gonna say it because as soon as they say it, they're part of it, right? So when you let's just say something that happens at work. This is how I put it, bro. I'll be honest with you. Maybe I see it like this because I don't know, man. My mind is quite different to quite a lot of people. But let's just say me and you working together. Your boss has put their work on you, and like I'm not having it. I'm like, yo, I'm finishing at 4. All this work is gonna make me stay until 7. So it's not adding up. You might not be as noisy as me, but I'm gonna vent my anger. Now, if my boss comes to me and says, "Yo, you're fired," you be damned to do and damned to say anything if you really want this job or not. You understand where I'm coming from? So a bit of you have to also see it like that. Yeah, Basuma's been frozen out. Some people are scared to talk. Some people are not scared to talk. Some people are against it. Some people are for it.
Van der Ven knows. Van der Ven knows he can go to another club. Some of these young players, like you said, they don't know they can go to another clubs. They might not want to risk anything because if they do, like I said,
now
you're 21.
Now you're speaking my language. Now you're understanding how I see this whole scenario. You see, when I kept saying, remember, I carried on saying what Frank done was wrong about Basuma. I was adamant.
Yeah.
I was adamant. I was actually adamant about this Basuma thing. I was like, yeah, cool. We need to punish him. Hear that. I agree. Listen, I'm late all the time as well. Get punished. Get punished. But bro, there's ways of punishing. Don't disrespect, man. Live air, man. You know what as well, yeah? You're talking about you're disrespecting. You know how big the disrespect is, isn't it? From the hood, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you could do it face to face. So I can disrespect you and be like, yo, wild bombs. Like, you know? Frank has not just done it publicly. He's humiliated him. Even so, bro, I don't blame Basuma anyway. He's stupid though. Yeah. Let's make it clear. He is stupid. But Frank can't manage the big
egos.
the big egos in the squad, and you're gonna always have that. You have to have big egos in your squad. The bigger the egos, the better the players. Sometimes, like generally, sometimes it's about the egos. It's the egos that make the team.
No Cherky at Man City. So a lot of
Yep.
people like not Spurs fans. I don't know if it's specifically Spurs fans, but they were against signing him because apparently he had a certain attitude thing. But since he's gone to
Yep.
City, I've not heard of him doing anything. To be honest, like he's
No.
just getting on with his.
Can I also say the egos are so important for like how you uphold yourself. So, like example, like my ego, like your character. Look, not all people are going to be as professional as you. Sometimes it's about their mindset. They're smart. It's about their knows and their nots. You know, there's so many factors of why everybody's different. But you need egos in your squad. You can't have blind sheep.
To lift the rest of the players as well, man.
100%, man. One thing that you would say about Basuma, and I will defend this statement. His ego made everybody smile. Whenever you saw the videos of Basuma, he was the perfect, in terms of perfect person to have around the players. He'll make everybody smile. He'll do stupid things like, but you understand that's Basuma.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from? I'm not. Again, I'm not saying he deserves to go. His attitude is appalling. Let's make that clear. Nobody on however much money should be doing balloons, bro. I don't even mess with balloons myself, man. And my life is not funny, bro. Like, let's be real, man. Balloons kill your brain. Click. They kill your brain cells, man.
Don't do drugs, kids. I don't know if anyone.
Don't do drugs, my bro. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
Last questions, and then we'll finish up. So it goes to me. What do you want to happen? What do you expect now? I was going to ask you the same question anyway. Frank is here, and what's the bare minimum you want to see from him as Spurs? So what do you expect to happen, TJ? And what do you expect from Frank?
I'll be honest with you. I'm a bit different because Frank is here, but I just don't know why I want him here. Yeah. So realistically, serious no. I've been saying that for quite a while. Like, I generally can't say Frank out because it's just going to mess up the whole. In my opinion, it's just going to start us back to ground Z. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like,
back to beginning, basically.
Yeah, and look, for me, like, it's just like Frank is here. I'm just hoping that his performances can at least get a bit better. You know, we can create more chances. I need him to be more. I need us to have a run of games in the same, in the same formation. So, like, example, obviously he's played the same squad against Nottingham Forest, right? I want that same squad to go against Liverpool. Yeah, I want that same squad to go against Liverpool as well. We definitely need a run of games where we're playing the same formation so the players can get used to Frank's system and at least try and get some attacking returns. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
For me, after this whole conversation we had, I think if the players are turning or someone questioning, whatever you want to call it, the only way it's going to change is if they buy into Frank ball, whatever we want to label that as. So, and in terms of us finishing, I think we'll finish mid-table. So that's what I think.
You still think we're going to finish mid-table?
Yeah, or 12. Yes.
12. Yeah. That's improvement for your last year.
Yeah, but I don't know. Our fans won't be happy with it anyway. So.
No. I think this. Look, realistically, we have to give it until the end of the season. By the end of the season, we will be able to understand where we're going. And I will give him this January transfer window. But if nothing has improved after this year, you have to sack him.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to prove. He really needs to
step up.
Prove.
Basically.
Yeah, he needs to step up. He needs to, you know what? He needs to try, like, come away from this negative football. Sit back and hope we.
The only reason I'm defending him for that is, like, if we go out and sign a ball playing midfielder and he still plays that way, TJ, I'll be completely on your side. But if we don't, I don't know how we can play that way with the players we have, and that's just my opinion. Like, people free to disagree. Like, I just worry about how midfield functions. Like, we just don't. I just don't trust Sarr. I don't trust Bergvall. I don't trust Gray to be that progressive player. And those are the options we have for that position. Unless you want to play, this is wild, by the way. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's very wild to play Xavi as the 8 and play Kudus as the 10 and play someone else on the right, someone else on the left. But I don't know. Has Xavi ever played in the 8? Could he play that position? I don't know how you're going to solve that problem unless you buy a player. I don't know. But apart from that, anything else you want to say before we end it? Or
Nah, man, bro. Literally, I think I've said everything, man.
we've gone for almost 3 hours. I just realised.
Yeah, man. You know what, isn't it? I haven't been on the show for a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, I keep like missing the show unexpectedly, and then I see you, man, on, and I was like, oh shit, we had a show today.
That's fine. Don't worry. You're a busy guy, bro. You're doing bits, so it's fine. Don't worry, man.
Trying
It's
my
not that
best,
big of a
man.
deal. Huh?
Yeah, I am busy, man. I am busy. You know what?
Bro, I don't take it personally if you missed the show. It's not that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know you're busy. You're busy, bro. Yeah.
Jokes aside, did it? Yeah, right. I am fucking busy, man.
Huh?
I'm just about like you know how long we've been doing this for? We've been doing this for maybe more than 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
How long? 2 years? 3 years?
Yeah,
around that. Yeah, 2 years. In them 2 years, I keep saying I need to start releasing on my channel. Bro.
You know what? You know one stream I'll never forget was a phone booth.
Go for it.
The phone booth.
Sorry?
You know the phone booth?
Yeah.
Bro, that was the funniest. That was the funniest, bro. I'll never forget that stream because you're like in the phone booth looking around and everyone's looking at you.
Yeah. Everybody was looking at me like I was in some deep conversation.
So what's he doing in the phone booth? Also, it's mainly because of the lights as well. Because you know how like the street lights are like reflecting, and then you see the police go past.
To be honest with you, that's a good setup. You know, that was if I could get myself a little portable phone booth in it.
Yeah.
Get like a chair, bro. I think that would be a sick setup to do streams. Yeah. Definitely, you've seen. I'm not, bro, but they're cold as well. Most of them phone booths smell like poo. Piss, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, bro, I think we'll end it now. But thanks for coming on. TJ's very busy, but if he's ever going to release content, please go subscribe to Interspurs and Interspurs AI, and you might see some content at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, you will.
To me already. TV. And I guess come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs, man.